Gonna
Person
nut
cast
up and
on him.
actually do it.
Like the other 3 times it's happened, I will save his ass if I can.
Just that part.
Yeah, it'll be the only thing left of him.
That'd be the only thing left.
All right. So as a quick recap from last week for Rob, who wasn't here, you guys had started off in the throngs of the burning of the wizard at the stake. You guys were able to talk to somebody in the crowd, who you later found out at the end of the night owned the ferry at the docks. From the crowded town center, you guys left and went towards the docks to kind of figure out what was going on with the Dwergar there. You guys, I believe, sent Monty out to explore as quietly as he could.
Did a good job. You'd been proud, Rob.
Did a great job. Didn't see much, but you guys went out and explored, creeping onto the deck of the boat that's frozen in the water. You guys entered into the rear portion of the boat, seeing a couple of bedrolls on the floor and maps on the table. You guys, Davos began to take one of the maps that was on the table that was kind of showing an overview of Icewind Dale, rolling it up and starting to put it into his map satchel, when all of a sudden a previously invisible Dwergar swept out and slammed into Davos. You guys fought the Dwergar, who you guys think was probably the other son of Zardoc Sunblight. Eventually, he called for help, and 3 additional Dwergar joined into the fray. One of them entering into the back of the boat as in large in form. Eventually, I believe it was Nildar, Sunblight, turned invisible, or shrunk, turned invisible, and escaped out through a small hole in the side of the boat. Tehran, using his newly found powers, raised a specter from one of the other Dwergar and sent him chasing after the little dwarf trudging through the snow. He was attempted to follow his tracks out into the middle of the lake, but eventually the wind and the small tracks became very difficult to track. You guys came back to the boat, found what little remains there were that the Dwergar had left, and with a little bit of a tiff, between Tehran and Davos about what you guys are doing here in Icewind Dale. Tehran set off looking for a little bit of peace in the night, trying to find a temple of sorts to Ariel, followed by a little bit further behind by Quixotic, just to keep an eye on him. The rest of the group made their way over to the Wet Trout on the north side of town. Walking to the door, met up with the owner of the ferry, of which the Monty was able to get a little bit of information from him. Scythian was his name. Scythian said, come back in the morning and he'll have a couple other things if you guys are looking for things to do in the area. You guys also found Ishmael, the tattoo artist, in the Wet Trout, tattooing somebody in the corner near a roaring fire. And you guys converse with him a little bit, and he gave you a sample, little booklet with the tattoos that he offers and a general price range. We cut back to Tehran, going out towards the edge of town to where the temple or ritualistic pillars are towards Ariel, to be met by the traveling band of trading wagon on the edge of town, and a man with bright blue eyes walking towards the same sort of temple area. Tehran attempting to try and make jest at the other person, looked up and realized that the person kind of kneeling across from him on one of the other altars was Galander, the person who murdered him some 150 years ago. And that's where we pick up. So Tehran, you say to him, we said to him, if he was coming to make a sacrifice here, a pound of flesh, he said.
Mm.
He looks up to you and he says, the years have not been kind to you, my friend.
I would be staring at him and not breaking eye contact, but I'd also be stunned into a bit of a silence for the moment.
He says, you were not one I was expecting to see up here. It's been some time. What brings you to these cold parts?
He probably start to notice like his chest heaving, like just angrily breathing and not knowing what to do with all of this. And kind of look him in the face and say, I've been looking for you.
As you look him in the face, you recognize him, but he's not the same sort of mid-50s, early 60s-year-old man that you remember from 100 plus years ago. But he is a well-built looking man, looking to be in his late 30s. His hair dark, his skin, what you can see in the kind of lit up from his blue eyes, almost has like an olive complexion to it. His hair is pulled back into a slight ponytail, and there appears to be no facial or body hair that you can see from him. You see that he's dressed in a stylish vest with matching pants and boots similar to those worn by wealthy merchants in the South.
He sounds hot.
But as you look into his eyes, you're drawn in by the bright blue, almost like a frozen lake eyes.
Have I recognized his voice, or is this his? Am I recognizing him specifically, and he's just younger than the last time I saw him?
You're recognizing him specifically, and he looks younger.
Okay.
The last view you had of him is you took your final breaths in your icy tomb.
It looks like you've already made a sacrifice of some kind to get to where you are. How are you alive? Why didn't I find your body when I went to ask you questions? Why are you here?
Well, make me a persuasion check.
Oh my fucking Christ.
He chuckles and he says, "It's a lot of questions. But let's see what I can do for you. You seem a little bit stressed by my composure here, and I could see how that could cause confusion amongst some, especially one where I was not. I'm almost as impressed that you're here, standing in front of me. But alas, we make sacrifices to our gods, and we are rewarded with the power. I'm assuming that's how you're here as well.
Don't mistake my lack of composure for confusion. It's deep, deep rage.
He nods his head. And he says, "You seem like this is your first betrayal."
It was the last one.
Nods his head and he says, "Alas, it might be. But the reason I'm still here is because of Ariel's favor. It's how do I say this?
How do you have her favor?"
You see him ponder, and he says, You were my ultimate sacrifice to Ariel. When I froze you, when I sacrificed you, a devoted worshiper, to Ariel in the frozen, icy tomb, preserved pristinely, of which Ariel so desires. She looked at that and she saw the devotion inside me. And with great devotion comes great power. Be angry as you might, but we all climb the social ladder.
I can't wait to kill her after I kill you. Because this is unfathomable. Your reward for killing me? It's a joke. This whole goddamn area is a joke. Pissing into the wind to please this woman who makes no sense and rewards people arbitrarily or wrongfully. With what? You killed me so she gave you life?
You seem to think that you're above this this fray. Which god do you serve? Which god has given you the powers of the undead? This is a mirror you're looking at.
Yeah, well. We both selfishly gave something to a god. You got your payment a long time ago. I got mine today. And then I'm just going to fucking go at him.
All right.
Dylan, can I make that stealth check to see either where I am or how much of that I heard?
Sure. Roll me a stealth check. And then, Colin, I'm going to have you roll me initiative.
Sure. While we were talking, I want to cast, like right before I like pull out my sword, when I'm like yelling at him, I want to cast protection from evil and good on myself.
Okay.
Is that okay?
You can do the thing. I want to see what it is.
And I don't care what I get. I'm gonna throw a d6 on top of this.
Okay. I'll say, since you're in the middle of conversation, I'll say that casting protection from good and evil will be your surprise round, essentially.
Okay.
All right.
Let's just
Did you not click your character? Oh man.
Here, I'll just click my character and I'll adjust it to 15.
Okay.
I rolled a 15 on my stealth
I'll
check.
take that
so it was
19.
a
It's 5.
25.
Okay.
So let me know when you want me to drop into the order.
Okay. I'll say that you are very well hidden. And you probably
Did I know he was there?
I don't know if it was. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm not sure if it was established that.
I wasn't like sullen, but I was very much just like, yeah, fuck this noise, and I
Okay.
left to go be by myself, and I don't know that I cared to look or expect anyone to follow me.
I feel like I would have just let you go and follow behind, because there's been a thing where I don't like people to be by themselves.
Yeah, that's why I kind of figured you were with me.
Yeah, and so I would say that when I started hearing a conversation, I probably would have started to slink, and
Okay.
and that's so I would have just been behind you, and then all of a sudden someone started talking, and it's like, all right, now it's time to be quiet.
Okay.
That's not
I'll say that you, if you're peering from behind, if you're listening from behind a house, I'll let you come in the second round.
Okay.
If that works.
Yeah. Where do you want me to be? I would be okay. So I'm guessing we came from that direction.
Yeah. We came from up the street here. Yeah, if you just want to be behind this house here.
Okay, I was gonna say if they started having words, I'd have probably tried to slink around, but yeah,
Okay.
I think that's probably better.
Yep. All right. And with that, Tehran, he notices that you are starting to cast something, and he goes, "Hang on there, my friend." And all of a sudden, kind of out of nowhere, he swings his arm down, and as he does, this long ice longsword kind of appears out of nowhere, and he's going to make 2 swings at you with it.
Good. I wouldn't want to end this fight too quickly.
Does a 19 hit?
He rolls with disadvantage because I assume he's undead.
All right, he rolls at disadvantage.
Yeah,
17
does hit.
All right. So with the first hit, first attack, you take 8 slashing damage and 1 cold damage.
Do I have 1 to 1, or do I have or do I have 1 to 0?
You have 1 to 0.
Okay.
And he's going to take a swing at you again.
I take
disadvantage. And as he hits you the first time, and it catches you off guard as you finish casting your spell. But the second time, you're on point at this point, and you duck down.
Concentration check.
Okay.
For the hit. Okay.
Sounds good. And with that, he goes pretty quick. It is your turn.
Man. Yeah, well. Oh man, I don't even know what to say to him. I'm so fucking angry. God damn. And I will take 2 slashes. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
You roll damage now, please. Make damage.
Make damage go now.
You go. You make damage now, please. Well, come on. All right, let me roll another attack. Let's just call it the second attack, and I'll try to roll damage out of this one.
Okay.
Okay, so that was the first damage.
Okay.
And that is the second damage.
Okay. Sounds good. He takes the 18 points of damage and spits. There's a little bit of blood that's coming down from the corner of his mouth. He kind of licks his lips and spits it out to the ground.
Good, you can feel pain.
And he said, and then I guess at this point, Kozaki, if you want to roll initiative as you join in the second round, because you hear the clanging of swords through the wind. All right.
No.
So he is going to let's see what he's going to do. He is going to take 2 swings at you again, Tehran, with his icy longsword.
Okay.
At disadvantage.
God damn.
And you take 4 slashing damage and 2 cold damage.
5.
And do you need a concentration check?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Swing again. This time he's gonna take an uppercut, and as he does, you're unable to jump back as far as you did last time, and he catches you kind of right underneath the left shoulder, and you take.
I'll raise my hands to block and take
6 slashing damage and 4 cold damage as this icy longsword cuts into you.
Should have went for damage. This guy hits. Yeah, that was a waste. All right, cool. Now he doesn't roll with disadvantage anymore.
Okay.
All right.
And that's going to end his turn.
Okay. And I'll take the hit and land back on my foot and lay my great sword with 2 hands over my shoulder and try to thrust through him.
Okay.
My first attack.
Nice.
There's a 27.
A 27 does hit.
Takes 13 slashing damage.
All right.
As I take a big hack at him, I'll rear back to pull the sword back and use the momentum to swing up at him. And while I'm doing that, I'll yell that you took everything from me. And I'm not going to try and talk a whole bunch because we only have 6 seconds.
All right.
And I'm
18.
angry. Only 13 damage.
Okay. He takes 13 damage. And he says, "You meant nothing to me."
Good. You'll be nothing in no time. You fucking piece of shit. God damn it.
All right. Is that your turn?
I don't have much to do. I don't think. I don't have any spell slots. Let me look quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. And I used Hexblade's Curse already. And my Spectre hasn't magically reappeared.
Your specter has not magically reappeared.
All right, cool. Yep, that's it.
Okay. Sounds good. With that, Vasatic, hearing the fighting from around the corner, you peek around and you see Tehran engaged with a young, blue-eyed looking man.
And this guy matches the description of the person we think is doing the, or am I thinking? Yeah, okay. What's the distance like on the overhead map here?
I mean, if you scroll down a little, that's not there. You're probably.
We're like both occupying essentially this space, right? Am I drawing? I'm drawing. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, like you're probably 30 feet out or so from him, or
Okay.
from the 2 of them.
So there's not a, I know in this system there's no such thing as bloodied, but does the other guy who looks worse off immediately, just from the look? Does it look like Tehran's worse off, or does it look like the other guy's worse off? Just damage wise.
Both are looking pretty bloodied.
Okay. Now, the thing I don't want to do is steal somebody's revenge. So what I think I'd like to do is try and move to here without being noticed.
Okay.
And I can do that with a move and a dash, probably, because you said it's probably 30 feet to the other guy, right?
Yeah.
So I could go kind of around if I needed to.
Okay.
To there.
Okay.
I don't think I could make a perception check to see you.
I doubt it. If I roll a 1, I have an 11 right now. So I think I'm at I rolled a 25. Was the last check I had. So I'd like to get to here. Something where if I if I need to, I can close to melee distance easily.
Okay.
And then I think, so I will use my.
So how far
move-
back from him do you want to be?
Well, there's a building right here, right?
Yeah.
Is that within 30 feet of him?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay. So I think I'll probably pop behind the edge of that building. So I'll take the long way around. I'm not like darting straight across the thing. And
Okay.
you tell me how much movement you want me to do, because I can do up to 90.
We'll call it 60.
Okay. So then I'll use my move and my action for that, and then with my bonus, I will do the mark on him. So insight versus his deception.
Okay.
Just in case.
Ooh,
Yeah.
almost.
And then as my tandem, I will draw my rapier. I'm going to end up getting into melee. So I will not engage with him this time because, like I said, I don't want to steal somebody's revenge battle. But if it starts going south, I'm just going to shank the shit out of this guy.
Rob, you made the right choice.
Mm-hmm. I've known Tehran long enough as a character where he would be absolutely livid if I just popped out of the shadows and shot this guy in the face.
Yeah.
All right.
But saving him is still gonna piss him off.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. But
All right.
if I make melee attacks, I can knock him out instead of kill him, and then Tehran can gut him like a fish later.
All right, with that, it is Galander's turn, and he is going to this time kind of take both hands and come down in a slashing motion, going across your body.
Try to use the flat of my greatsword to deflect it. Is that two attacks?
No, the first one was his deception roll.
Oh wow, that 13 actually misses.
All right. So the first one misses. He's gonna, as he comes down, you duck out of the way, and he's gonna come back and swing across, trying to get you right across the stomach.
Oh shit.
Oh,
All
And
right.
this time, you're leaning a little bit too far forward, and he manages to catch you.
I expected to get hit every attack. The fucking 15 armor. So what is it? Is it 6 plus 5?
It is 5 slashing damage and 6 cold damage.
total for the crit?
Wait, no, it's the right side. It's
Yeah, it's 1d10 from his slashing and 1d4 for cold.
oh, okay. Okay.
So
So 6 and wait, am I reading it wrong?
He just rolled abysmally low.
he rolled a 4 and a 1 for slashing damage, and a 2
Okay.
and a 4 for cold damage.
Okay. It's stacked weird. I thought it was 4 and 2 and 1 and 4.
Yep,
So it's 5 and 6.
5 and 6, so 5 and 3, so 8.
5 and 3, 8. Okay. Do I need to make the chat bigger so it looks right?
No, it looks weird on mine.
It
too.
looks weird on mine too.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess the crit in
I'll
there.
take that deep hit.
All right, that's going to end his turn.
I'll spit whatever counts as blood from my whatever's inside of me onto the ground.
Icker.
Yeah.
It's that sludge that you get in the wintertime when they get a lot of salt and it's really
Whatever-
cold, but there's water in it. That's what
Whatever
you spit out.
Comes out of the trees in Fern Gully.
Yeah.
Yes, that is.
And I'll kind of like cough blood out of my mouth and say, I look forward to sending you to her so you can meet her and know how little she gives a shit about any of us.
Guys, you guys just bearing your souls, aren't you?
20 hits.
Get him.
11.
And with this 11 slashing damage, you cut into him, and you hit something, and you twist, and he goes, "I'll see you again, friend," as he collapses to the ground.
Well, I don't stop attacking him. Like, do I automatically crit when I attack him now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm gonna fucking hack this dude's goddamn head off, and I'm gonna take it with me. That is my plan.
Well, we did
So-
have to
Okay.
bring proof of death of the murderer, right?
So wait, I can turn on forced crits so that it just does the damage.
We have proof of death, but do we have proof that he's the murderer?
First critical hits, and then I'll
Eh,
roll
we'll
my
make
last
it up.
attack for the turn.
Put a smoking gun
Is
in
that
his
the
hand.
worst thing we've ever done?
It might be. If he was innocent,
Kill.
it would be.
That much damage to him on
Okay.
the ground.
I don't know, we did kill that kid Yeti's parents,
That
As
is
he,
also
Well,
true.
I killed
as
the
he
Yeti.
as he falls to the
Kid.
but
ground,
you did.
and
Yeah.
you hit him again, the wind around you begins to pick up, the snow begins to swirl and kind of form almost a wall between you and the body after you hit it the second time as he falls, and the snow begins to kind of turn, and it's not anything like you've seen before. It's magical in some sort of sense.
Keelan,
And
if he looks like he's gonna leave, can I just stake him to the ground, just like through a leg or something?
just let me finish, all right?
Okay, sorry.
Nope.
All right.
And as it's dark and you're catching glimpses through the snow, flecks of white streaking across your face. And as you're watching this happen, you see the form of Suffolk begin to rise up from the snow, and the snow around him begins to die down. And standing before you is Galander, more monster than man now. His frostbitten hide, thinning white fur like a mangy polar bear standing in front of you. You see two short, dark horns and black beady eyes that flash white and blue. His
What?
gaunt frame is
Second
emphasized
form.
with long blackened claws that match his unnervingly sharp teeth. And with that, it's Quixotic's turn.
Is there
So
a
did he-
picture of what I'm looking at now?
There is not.
Did he take the damage that I dealt to him on the ground? Or
He
is
did.
that
No, he did not take it.
okay? All right.
So-
Let's ask the fans for some fan art.
When he
Alright.
creeps up, I'll laugh. I'll laugh to myself and just say like, "This, what a great gift you've been given. I'm glad I paid the price for this."
You just hear this cackling, kind of not coming from him, but coming from the wind across your ears.
Oh, you fucking bitch! I'm coming for you. You're next.
I fully have to decide if. So we believe that this is still the same thing, just shifted, correct? Or that's what it looks
It has-
like.
it
Like
has-
his old body isn't there, right?
It has
Uh,
horns and black claws and black horns and what is its body shape? Is
it is still the shape-ish of Galander, but you see a mangy, patchy white fur on him.
He's
almost-
like it's him but Yetifying kind of like so I
Yeah.
can kind of visualize what's happening to him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Fuck you. You're gonna die.
All right,
Rob, if
Quixotic,
you-
what are you
As soon
doing?
as you attack, you're getting yelled at. Like
I know.
by
I
Turon.
know. I'm. How bad does Turan look right now?
Ooh, I
But
don't look
just-
great. Not great.
Okay, I'd step in. Now this is 2-on-1 for sure.
That's fair.
I feel like this is actually evening it out because he got to kill him once, and if I do kill him, I'm gonna knock him out anyway. So, all right, where's
Or
my
force
fucking
crits
action?
off.
As my tandem, I will draw Durgan's dagger. I already had the rapier out. I step up behind him and roll with advantage because he doesn't know I'm fucking there.
18.
22.
22 hits.
13, 20,
Okay.
17.
He takes 17 piercing damage as he's looking at Tehran with this ferocious, monstrous look, and as the rapier kind of comes in from behind, you see him go as he kind of goes back and
Does he-
senses that you are now behind him.
Okay. Does it look like it? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna follow up with with the dagger anyway.
Okay.
And if anything kills him, I will do subdual because that's a thing you can do with melee attacks.
Okay.
I'm not rolling with advantage on the second attack because he knows I'm there. It's an 18 hit.
An 18 does hit.
All right. It is. God, that's not right. It would be. I'm assuming 4 damage. Wait, where's it? Okay, here we go.
One should be attacking, one should be throwing. Plus,
Well,
you did 15 sneak attack damage with a 5, a 6, and a 4. On
But
your
you can
3
only do one
attack.
sneak attack damage
Yeah.
a round.
So it should be the first
And
one,
I
I think,
can't
is the
add
melee.
my I think it's just 4. I think it looks like it just rolled a max of 4.
Okay. Is that
So-
that's the damage of it? Is
Oh,
4,
I
or is
can't-
it 5 plus a d4?
I can't add my dex because it's
Yep.
an offhand attack. I
Okay.
can't add my sneak because I already went for the round, so it's just 4 damage.
It is the second one, because don't you have like a +1 to damage when you throw it? So that's the
Yeah, I
other
get
one,
a plus
which is
D4.
a D4 +1, which is what that other one is.
Okay.
So I
So it is
think it's
4.
just 4. But he follows up, and he says, "I'm sorry, but this looks like it was getting a little out of hand. Killing blow is always yours, my friend."
Okay. This monstrous creature is going to turn around and is what's he gonna do? He is going to all right. As you get closer to him, you can feel the temperature of the air around you get colder. And the wounds that you had hit him with, kind of as you try and look closely in the dark, look like they begin to mend a little bit.
Mhm. Okay.
And he is going to turn around as you pull your dagger out and is going to attempt to bite you with his
Okay.
large black teeth.
I gotta be black.
You do not want.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
You're gonna want to uncanny dodge that, right?
yes, I will.
Do you have to call that now before damage is rolled?
I believe so.
I think you can do it whenever, but like,
Hang on,
no,
let me-
maybe before damage. I
Let
think.
me look.
Otherwise, you'd be like, oh, that doesn't sound so bad. Nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
But I also
When
think
an
that before
attacker
damage.
you can see hits you with an attack, yes. So I will use my reaction to have the attack damage.
Okay. As you take 15 piercing damage and 9 cold damage as this black cold teeth bite into you.
Okay, so 15
Okay.
half to 7 and 9 half to 4.
That was good.
Yeah, that would have downed me.
And
And then he's going to take 2 slashes at you with his
Oh, that's
claws.
good.
all right, let's go.
Wait, who? Rob or me?
At Rob.
Okay.
I
Aquazotic, yeah.
shanked him hard.
That was a 15 hit.
Nope.
All right. And as he slashes at you again, does a no.
Does it?
Nope.
The no. Does a no hit? Nope.
Okay.
Oh, he's mad. He's mad. Shit, shit, shit.
All right. And that's going to end his turn. Tehran, you're up.
I don't have much to say except thank you for showing me your back, and I'll swing up his spine.
Mm-hmm.
Takes
You know, it
13
hits.
slashing.
Takes 13 slashing.
Does a 16 hit? We haven't. I don't think I've been that low yet.
A 16 does hit.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Oh wait, I just rolled another attack. He takes 21 damage.
Yeah, right.
Ah,
Well, he takes 17.
All
Close.
I deal another 30 damage. Man, math.
He takes it, and he's at this point like he's like he's at a loss for words at the rage that he's feeling as he's getting attacked from both sides now.
It'll feel great to kill you twice.
And with that, does that end your turn?
Yeah, I don't have it. Like, I'm out of spells. I don't have
Okay.
anything.
All
I
right,
just attack.
sounds good. Kozatik.
God, I'm gonna do something really dumb. He looks really bad at this point, I'm assuming, yes.
He's looking hurt.
Okay.
Wait, can I drink a potion for a bonus action if I'm
No.
drinking it and not giving it to someone? I can't remember if that's a real rule or a critical rule.
I think that's actually from Dimension
Yeah.
20, I think.
Okay.
Is if you're giving it to someone else, it's an action. If you're drinking it yourself, it's a bonus.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't remember what's
that's on
real.
the yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But yeah, I don't know.
They don't list it under actions or bonus actions. It's in my inventory, so I was curious. I'll look it up.
So
My turn.
he looks pretty beat up.
He's looking pretty beat up.
Ooh. God, he's gonna
Oh,
fuck me
drinking
up.
or administering a potion takes an action.
I gotta hit him. I seriously considered taking the dodge action, but I'm worried that if he has another round of 3 attacks, he's gonna fuck us up. So normal roll. 13, I'm guessing does not hit.
13 does not hit.
Follow up with the dagger. 18 does, because a 16 does.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, this is gonna, okay, I did use the dagger, so that's gonna, that does get sneak because it's the first time this round.
Okay.
So 17.
Okay.
And then I will, I don't know. Yep, I think that's what I'm at. So yeah,
Okay, so he takes the
I keep
17.
shanking him. Does he, I will do subdual damage. I don't know if it's all of his health left. I'm guessing
Okay.
it's not, but
He is still standing as you pull your dagger out.
well, okay.
One of us is going down this road.
Oh, for sure.
Hopefully he's mad at the interloper and kills you, and then maybe I'll help you.
That's fine.
All right. So he's going to go. He's going to basically snap his fingers and is going to disappear, but appear. So appear. About 20 feet or so behind you, Kozatik.
Okay.
Further down. And then he is going to take his hands and kind of clap them together and point them towards you. And let's see. As a blade of ice comes flying at you.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
At least you still have uncanny dodge
I do.
every turn.
This is gonna be.
I'm gonna
It's
see
gonna
if
get
this
weird.
rolls. I don't know if it's gonna roll or not. Nope, I did not roll. All right.
Okay, so I'm guessing he's casting Ice Knife, which is a spell attack, and then a dex save.
Yeah. And no. All
I
right.
don't want to die, but this character would die trying to kill this person.
I was fully gonna let you just go, and shit got weird.
That's okay.
All right. So, oh. So I'm assuming a 7 does not hit, right?
It does not, but if it's Ice Knife, I still need to make the dex save.
Yep. So I need to make a dex save. Actually, I need to make. Are you guys both? Are you guys within 5 feet of each other?
We
Doubt
were
it? No,
we
'cause
were
he was in the
beset
middle.
him, so we would be 10 feet apart because
Okay.
there's a 5 between us.
Okay. Sounds good. So then, because I think I need to make a dex saving throw.
16.
Uh,
I don't believe I take. I don't know if I take half or if I don't take any. I don't remember.
you take nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
Just like explodes in front of me. I'm like, shit.
All right. So the icy knife hits the ground at your feet and explodes, and you take no damage. And that is going to end his turn. Taran, you are up.
Well, how far away is he? Can I reach him with my normal movement?
He's about 25 feet from you. He's about
Okay,
20
then I
feet
can.
from Quazotic.
Okay. If he was farther, I would have ran and drank a potion as an action. But if I can reach him and attack him, I would.
Okay.
So I'll run to him here. I'll mutter something about him being filth and a coward, and hopefully hit him again. Come on, let's crit once in this fight, please.
23 hits. And as you slash into him, this time you cut across his thigh and you see him drop to the ground onto one leg, and he clutches his thigh, and then all of a sudden he begins to list and fall over into the ground. And as you're looking at him and you're getting ready to strike again, you start to see his body kind of dissolve into the snow beneath you.
No, you don't get to go. No. Like, I'm gonna be yelling. Like, is his body disappearing? I want his skull. I want his head. I want it.
His body is disappearing into the snow beneath you. It's spreading. The snow seems to be moving over him, encompassing him. And you start digging at it, trying to get his body to pull it out of the snow from whatever magical effects Ariel has bestowed upon him. And you reach down, and as you're digging down, all of a sudden you start hitting ice.
I'll be heaving my sword at the ground until dirt starts flying up. I don't know how deep the snow is, but like, he will be fucking carving at where his body is dissolving.
You're continuing, you're hitting down, you're reaching down, you're scooping out the snow, and wherever this body was, it's not there anymore.
Just like slowly just saying no. Like, no, and just start yelling, like, just furious, inconsolable, just shouting the word no. And probably like just kind of crumple onto my ass and with my knees up and my arms over my knees and just fucking go silent, angry.
As you go silent and angry, you hear a calm washes over you as the wind begins to kind of pick up, and you hear the howling of the tundra, and on the wind you hear that cackling off in the distance. And then, as quickly as it started, the wind stops. and the snow is left gently falling down on your body, on you, as you sit there.
I don't even know if he'd do anything. I think I'd just sit there. I think I would just sit there.
Exotic would check to make sure that like the original body wasn't back at where we first killed it.
Okay.
And then
Make me an investigation check.
of course, fucking
Nice crit.
no. So that happened. Is there? I'm searching around there, which would mean it would be around where the shrine to Ariel was. So
As you look at the ground around you, that of the action that transpired here in the last minute or so, you look and you see the splats of blood from where you were dug into, and where Tehran was slashed with the icy longsword, and where you guys had both punctured into the body that was Galander's. But as you look down on the ground, you don't see any. There's no body hidden in the ground. There's no. What was there at one point is no longer. You look around the other aspects of the altar towards Ariel, and you see small tokens of sacrifice. You see a small pile of a small bundle of wood, a plate of food, blankets, anything that people thought that they could give up as sacrifices to Ariel. But the body that you search for is not anywhere near where you're looking.
did he leave any? He didn't leave any blood behind, right? It's just ours.
There's blood, dry. Like, it looks like blood, but it's not. It looks like similar to like some of the undead creatures that you fought in the past. Blood.
It's all
Okay.
coaggy.
It's sitting. Is it sitting in the snow? But it's definitively his, right?
If you with a 25, you can definitely find patches of blood that look to be definitively his.
I'm gonna attempt to kind of get a couple of them together
Okay.
and just kind of slowly walk up to Tehran and kind of like leave it nearby and then back up and then find a spot kind of out of the wind and the snow and just hunker down.
Okay.
And let him feel his feelings, but there is essentially part of his life essence in that location.
Get it all out, big guy.
Yeah.
Do you
Um,
wanna build
when
a
you-
I don't say
snowman?
anything. I just
It's
set
right
it
to not
down
say anything.
and
When
back
you
away.
leave, I will go over to the Shrine of Ariel and I will just upheave anything I find. Wood and blankets, it all goes into piles, and I'll push over whatever I can push over. I'll be as loud as I fucking want to. And I will set all of this shit on fire.
The yokels are like that.
Yeah.
You want to give her heat? Here it is.
I keep him within eye shot and do not interfere at all.
Good call.
As you push over aspects of this location to Ariel, and you hear loud clatter of stone on stone, and you bring the sacrificial gifts into the pile, and you take out your flint and light a fire that eventually begins to burn bigger and brighter. And you see some of the houses around you. You see some lights start to flicker on in some of the windows
As it starts to catch, I will have seen where Quixotic went. I'll walk past wherever he is and I'll say, "You don't want to be here." and I'm not trying to slink away, but I will definitely just walk away from this and let happen what happens.
Yeah, I'll follow behind.
And as you're walking, I'm assuming you're walking back into town towards the wet route.
No,
Oh.
I'll just walk like this way probably. I'll just walk like here, like that way.
As you begin to walk west, you do start to see some faces coming out of their house, kind of wrapped up, what looks like in bedclothes, but watching you kind of walk away.
Yeah.
Or the two of you walk away.
Yep. And after we get a little distance away, I will perhaps suggest, so there is no body, but maybe a little breaking and entering might give us some evidence if we can figure out where he stayed.
I would presume that the caravan that he came from was where he was from, correct? Like, didn't he come up from like a bunch of people? Like,
There was
Well,
there was a what looked like a small caravan on the outside of town, and from the direction of which he came.
if you want to look for anything, that's where he was. I don't care. He's not there. What I'll find is nothing that'll help me.
I don't know. Well, I do know a little bit about magic. We're not worried he's going to go back to an object. And if he does, would it be there?
Oh, like a phylactery? I don't know.
Not
I
saying that.
I don't
but-
I don't know that much about it.
Okay.
My character doesn't know that much about it. My assumption is he is gone. He was swallowed by winter. Tehran would say, you can look all you want. I don't think he's there. I think wherever we find Ariel is where we will find him. He's gone.
You take the time you need. I think I will tag along wherever you are. And then perhaps in the morning we should go visit that caravan.
I would die trying to kill that man. So you being there and making sure I didn't die first is appreciated. But don't.
I would never take that from you. Revenge is personal, and I understand.
I'm glad you understand. And then I'll walk through the city and look for a jeweler or goldsmith. Not like asking people, but I'll keep my eye out for anything like that.
As you're walking through town, make me a perception check.
Oh, cool.
If you're asking for help,
Nope,
okay.
I would
Yeah.
not ask for help.
As you're walking
No.
through town,
I'll throw my last d6 on this. There we go. Perfect.
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
as you're walking through town, you see, kind of walking through some of the streets, you see the sign, and as you're walking past this, if we scroll up, you see a sign outside of this building. It looks to be a jeweler. They look closed for the night.
Was
But-
it? I guess it is night. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
So it appears to be closed for the evening, but it looks like a sign that like shows that they'll be open
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Would I respect that?
You just got all your destruction out of your system, hopefully.
I'm just wondering if I would bang on the door and throw money at these people to do something I need them to do. No, I just keep going. I would just walk.
Okay.
And just end up somewhere. Go fucking wherever.
You know what's a really good idea?
Hmm.
Whenever people are really upset, it's a good idea to get a tattoo.
Yeah. I need to spend all my money on something else. That's why I'm looking for what I'm looking for.
Get
So
absolutely blasted, but unfortunately, I don't think you can do that.
no, I don't think I can get drunk. I'll end up just in an alley somewhere, just sitting. You're welcome to stay. Like, I'll notice that you're following me. I'll finally stop walking in an alleyway, put my back on a wall, and just slide down onto the ground and say, "Stay or go. I don't need you to do either."
You have been good to me. You have been good to Alice. I will make sure you are safe, and we will return when in due time. And he finds a spot that he thinks will be not as cold. Like, he tries to find a spot out of the wind, preferably that's not getting snowed on. Tries to use a couple of techniques that he got taught by that half orc for the winter conditions, and tries to find some comfort there. Yeah, I mean, we are in winter clothes. I should be okay, but I'm not gonna let him sit by himself.
Okay. So you guys are staying out here for the night?
What's that?
I don't know if we're staying out here for the night.
Are you staying out here for the night?
I would, yeah.
I guess Turan, roll me a survival check at advantage.
For the first hour, I would at least take a short rest. I would short rest before I intend to rest, so that I at least have some health and I have some things back.
Okay.
So,
okay,
give me 1 second. Let me roll my short, and then I'll. Why? Cool. I even roll ones on hit dice.
We're fully equipped, right? Because technically you would have been out for we were out in combat before that. We walked into town and then
yes.
went into that.
The only thing I was short on before this was at 4, 9, 16, 19. All right, and you want me to make a survival check?
Make me a survival check at advantage. And Kozatic, I need you to make me a survival check at just a regular survival check.
Yep. We do have, and I would have had, essentially bedroll, so I can make myself warmer.
Yep, that's why you're doing it at normal and not at disadvantage.
Yep. Oh, that was a 17, but it didn't end up as one.
You watched it roll just a little bit more.
Okay. Okay. The cold sub-zero temperatures don't seem to affect you, Turan, because your tropical blood just can't quite get warm, even with your bedroll, as you try and cuddle up against the wall. I put a little yellow circle there, which is like where I have you guys.
Okay.
For the evening, as you guys try to find some sort of shelter.
You didn't like disappear. You just kind of stayed with me, and
yeah, I fully just maybe slightly down the alleyway from you or whatever.
After a bit, if I watch him like being
just like fully like shivering.
Yeah. Don't appreciate is a strong word. And I'm not gonna thank you. What do I say? Don't hurt yourself to comfort me or whatever it is you're trying to do. I understand. I appreciate it, but it's not necessary. And I don't want to feel like I owe you for this. You can go.
I'm trying to think of how you would just. If you do not return at some point, I'm sure it would crush Alice, and that would make me also sad. So I will make sure you all are okay. And he freezes.
All right.
He sits down and sits in his bedroll.
Okay.
So he'll take the
See, you don't take any damage, but you
exhaustion.
do gain a level of exhaustion.
Yep. He will do it. Before the real cold sets in, I don't know if you'd even let me take a long rest, but can I take a short rest while I maintain a relative level of heat, which would be from the bedroll and the winter clothing?
I'll give you. So I guess the way I was playing this was since you're sleeping outside in the elements, I'll give you the full effects from a long rest, except that except for you gain a
You get
level of
the
exhaustion
exhaustion.
as well.
Okay.
So
All right. Just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
So I will take the long rest, and then I will figure.
So we're gonna play out that we stayed out for all night, or intend to.
Yeah, I would not have.
Okay.
Just as a character, I don't think I would have been able to leave you just by yourself, especially after the fact that we. He's not gonna say it out loud, but you almost got rocked by that random
I was down to
Yeti
like
thing.
I was down to like a third health. Like I don't think I would have survived a volley of
Yeah, a
whatever
3-shot.
Yeah.
You know what? And the thing is if you'd have just gotten him, I'd have fully just let you do it and would have never even shown up.
Yeah. I
But
respect that.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, is anybody trying to do something tonight?
So yes.
I don't want to just end the night for everyone because this is what I'm doing.
Yeah. So okay. So we're gonna cut to the rest of the group at the Wet Trout at this point. If you guys are okay with that.
See?
Yep.
All right. So back at the Wet Trout, you guys are flipping through the pages of the tattoo book, and Ishmael is kind of going back to work on the tattoo. And you guys kind of take the little pamphlet book and kind of head back to the table, what you guys are drinking. What else are you guys doing tonight?
Well, I mean, does anybody have any idea why we're here? Anyone?
Why we're at the bar, or
No, why we're
in
in the
town?
city? Like the last thing I knew, we were coming here to meet your contact, Monty.
Yep, that's one reason why we're here. Also, the dwarves, and also the killer, and I mean, yeah, investigating the mysteries of, like, in general.
Okay.
Those shitty dwarves, man.
Yeah, shitty dwarves.
I mean, I will fully admit the dwarves are pieces of shit. After how many times I've been hit by them, I fully agree. That being said, it just feels like we're going and chasing these dwarves constantly when we were hunting for this assassin.
Do you have a better idea? Like,
Let's,
why are you here? What do you want?
I'm here. Well, I mean, I'm here because we were tracking the assassin.
Do you want
Yeah.
to find the assassin?
Yeah. I mean, we
Sure.
keep getting sidetracked by these dwarves. Let's actually do the job we were actually here to do.
I mean, shit, there's an exclamation mark at the top of my compass. I gotta go towards it. I mean, what the hell do you
Yeah.
want me to do?
Well, that's why we came down here. We had like 3 different things that we wanted to do. We had to contact. We had these Dwergar that we met in a castle that said there was more, as well as a Big Daddy one. And this was our next best lead to track that down. And then something else. What other reason? Those are the 2 that I remember. But
It just feels like we're constantly chasing things for people that don't really care if we actually get it accomplished or not.
I mean, I disagree. I mean, I think, and it was the guy that we helped back in, what town was that, where we saved his husband. Really appreciated
Oh,
it.
care.
Wasn't that the we rode the avalanche and shit?
That was the ride in the avalanche. That was fun.
Yeah.
Like I think we've helped these people in this area. I mean, I get it. That's not our cause, right? I mean,
No, but the Dugar were assigned to us by the stupid guy who turned out to be a traitor.
what would you like to do? Like, what do you think? What would you like to do next?
I would like to actually establish contacts and maybe set up a foundation where we can travel out from instead of having to constantly and go back and forth to all these different places when we can set up a base and have people come talk to us. I have contacts too. They're just not in this city.
Not very
Bryn
adventurous.
Shandir? Is that where
Yeah.
your contacts are? Well, we
So, like-
we ran through Bryn Shandir. We'll make it back there.
But what I'm trying to say is, why don't we set up a place of residence finally?
I mean, do we plan to stay here like long term? I mean, I think we've got a couple leads in a couple places.
Here's what I'm saying though, is I'm going to be here pretty much permanently after this. I'm staying.
Not I said the turtle.
I think Quixotic's gonna stay. I think it's growing on him. I'm just a guess, a hunch. But I feel like he's really becoming like a yokel. So
But don't you have some ring you're hunting for too?
yeah, but I've gotten tips that it's not here anymore.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a place where you can put everything where we don't have to travel all the time?
I mean, I've been living out of my satchel for as long as I can remember.
All right.
But,
Maybe
yeah.
maybe it's just because I'm still too new to this adventuring thing. I think thinking of a home.
Yeah, it does take a while to kind of live that vagabond lifestyle. I mean, I hear there's some good guilds in Bryn Shandir that we can explore, and I think maybe there's some things your contacts have, or your contacts know of as places to either have a basis that's already established that we can use, or if that's not appropriate because we're not all members.
You know
Yeah.
what? You know what I think I need? I need a day off.
Need a day off. You gotta put in a PTO request. I think it takes probably 4 weeks to get it approved.
Well, let's take tomorrow off.
Why can't we
We
just
can.
take tomorrow off?
Let's do it.
Wait,
What do you
we'll,
wanna do?
we'll check out the city.
We do have a murder on the loose, but I mean, maybe we'll find something.
But that's going to be here in the city, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we just take tomorrow? We'll look for information, but how about finally no one trying to kill me for a day?
maybe me and Davos we'll get a little massage.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Good.
Do they do that?
They do. There's a
little
place
brunch?
just over
We
by
can
the
get we can
college
get
avenue.
tattoos.
Oh, I am in.
No regrets.
YOLO.
YOLO.
What is this YOLO?
And
Let's
I mean,
do it.
come on, maybe we
Tomorrow
can
we'll
find-
do it. It's a me day.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
they're
day.
gonna
It's
teach
an
you
us
about
day.
YOLO.
tomorrow's treat yourself.
I bet
Teach
when
yourself.
Toronto and Quixotic come back, they're gonna need a me day too. So
Hey, do you still have that sending stone, the Quixotic?
was it with Quixotic?
I thought it
Sorry
was
about
beeping. I got random beeping that goes
Yes,
off
it
in my head
was.
every now and then.
Well, Josh, it's nice to know you play your character so well.
Yep. Almost as well as the DM setting the sound effects. I have the sending stone. I forget if we had it. Alice, do you have it?
Nah.
No, I
think
thought we gave it to
I think
Quixotic.
Quick
in
has
case- Well, what didn't we give it to him so he can run off and do something weird?
Probably.
Speaking of, what was that? What did I see in the castle?
For what now?
Which castle?
The
I've been in a
guard.
lot of castles.
That guard who said the old guy shot himself.
You
Was it
saw
just
lots
me or
of things in there.
We had never even talked about that. We kind of just ran straight here. That was last night.
It's a blur, man. Crazy. This crazy lifestyle that we live. It's a pace. We can't maintain it.
Yeah, were we
But-
drinking?
No,
Are
'cause
we
were
always
fighting that
drinking?
s-
I'm
we
always
were
drinking.
fighting that stupid me guy.
What?
The guy who did things like I did, but worse.
Yeah. I mean, guy, girl. What's it, girl? Was it? Anyways,
No, it was a guy.
oh, the guy. That albino chick, or was that something else? That was a tiefling.
Yeah, that was the albino tiefling. No, her boss,
Her boss.
the one that escaped.
I got the feeling she was the boss. I don't know.
Oh, that
All
was
right,
in the basement.
what are you trying to remember, Alex?
Down in the basement, the
fight
lady
at-
with the book and the staff.
No,
and
I'm not
that shit.
remembering that. I'm remembering the fight
Oh, for
before
fuck's
that.
The fight above it. The
Cardoff,
Dole-
right?
Cardoff.
Yeah, Cardoff.
That's who it was. Yeah.
What about
Alex,
Cardoff?
what
He
were
was
you
a
trying to say?
tiefling too.
Yeah, that's what that's what I'm talking about. It's like Cardoth did everything I did, but worse.
But worse, right? Yeah.
That's
You did it better. We know.
what I'm trying to say is, what was that with the guard speaking like Quixotic?
Oh.
The guard spoke like himself. He did not speak like Quixotic.
But the guard maybe had a sudden change of heart.
Yeah.
That was not.
Okay, well, let's go with that route. What was that guard that disappeared?
I don't know. Didn't
You
he
were
get
up in
killed?
that room, Alice.
Yeah, I think I broke his neck. I
So
don't know, man.
what
When I go into a rage, it gets a little blurry.
Oh, we just
But
bonked him on
I
the
came
head.
up into that room, and Quixotic wasn't there. Where did he go?
He was
You're the cleric. That's what we told you. So we told you we just bonked him on the head.
All right.
He bonked him.
I'm gonna go back to my fish soup.
He had a little nap. He had a nap.
Chloe got cut off a couple too many times.
I know Quixotic, he was checking out the library and making sure that was cool. Maybe you missed him when he was in there.
I must have.
I do remember it was odd. It was a little odd, a little strange
Yeah.
scenario.
Yeah, that thing.
Um,
was.
But there's a lot of
stuff.
weird stuff in there. Like the dude was being drugged. The albino tiefling in the basement.
Maybe there was something in the air.
Not
We're
low.
gaslighting. We're gaslighting Depos.
Good little bit.
Here's the
I
thing.
like where you're going. I don't know how hard we can lean into it. It's hard to
That's
like
the thing. I'm like,
separate what you know with what you know you don't know.
well, that's the thing. Like, Dapos knows something happened in that room because he
Yes.
walked past Quixotic as the guard.
Actually, I don't know if you ever made it up to that side. You specifically went to the other.
No, I was on
hallway.
that side when we were shooting out the windows. I launched 2 fireballs from that room.
You did.
Fair enough.
I remember seeing it.
I remember feeling it, I suppose, too.
I killed 4 guards with those fireballs. I remember my body count.
It was
I
good.
think I did shift back though before anybody else saw me because I was actually shockingly careful. I'll have to go back and rewatch that.
With-
but I
without
think
I have to go back and
Specific.
rewatch that too, because I could swear I walked past the guard. Either way, I
think-
remember the guard shouting.
remember
out
you
that he
popped
shot himself.
out. Like I think you shapeshifted into
he
it.
put his
Yeah.
head. I think he played it that he put his head out and hid his. I remember watching it without specifics. He seemed well concealed when he was
Yeah,
He
doing
was
it.
trying to. I know
I-
that, which is why I'm trying to like figure
Okay,
out how much
then
we would
rewind
know.
that entire conversation because I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it.
yeah,
'cause
we
I was
might have to
trying
rewatch that,
add-
but I was actually pretty careful about
Yeah.
not mixing the two.
Well, I'm trying to plant
and-
the seed that Dapos thinks something weird is going on with somebody.
Well, he
Something weird did happen, but
hmm Yeah, I know. Like it didn't sound like normal guard talk, right? You know, like you replied back somewhat maybe off character, though we probably wouldn't have like immediately noticed anything. So, but
Either
seed
way,
has been
like
planted.
I'm getting weird visions. I'm planning on leaving the Harpers, and all of a sudden, it just
Weird-
seems like
weird
I'm
visions?
supposed to stay here.
Hey,
What-
he's been talking
what
to me
weird
about
vision?
this, that, or the other. It's fine.
I
sort of dismissive.
I got this weird vision the other night that I touched a tree made out of shadows, and it grew to be a healthy tree.
Did you tell us about that? I
It
forget.
has new growth. It's, we talked about this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but did you tell us about like the rest of us about that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's right. You did have weird visions. I had some as well. It was a very strange night.
So, when it makes sense that the reason I'm having these visions that didn't start until I got up here is because I'm supposed to stay here.
I mean, that's on you, man. Like,
One
if
can
you feel
think
drawn
that.
to this place. Do
No, I hate this place. It sucks.
Same.
Mm.
I would love to not be wearing this heavy coat everywhere we go.
Same.
You know,
I'm sure you miss not wearing shoes,
be
Princess.
down in Charlton, you could be sweating your ass off and getting stung by a million mosquitoes.
Wasps.
It's where I'm from.
Probably then you know.
It just seems like something is supposed to be here and nothing is here, and it feels like we're chasing shadows.
There's still that moon door.
We keep running into Dwergar. It's not like
There
we're
is
not running
Dwergar.
into nothing.
I mean, we know they've got a base in the area. We know where the base is now. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's our charge to take care of that base. I mean, but we know it's out there, and I don't know if I can,
Why don't we
resist
why
that
don't
mystery.
let's go see your contact and take a spa day or whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah,
let's
your
go
shell's
talk to
looking
your-
a little shitty. We need to shine that up.
Wax
Just some
that.
wax on, wax off.
Yeah, turtle wax.
But we probably should find out where those two are.
So Davos, what like you? What do you want to do? Like, what do you? Like, you seem like you have a desire to find, take a day off, right, for one, but then find some information, right? So
I just
I don't-
feel
I
like
don't-
I feel like we're chasing shadows. I feel like we need something more concrete than just, hey, there's Dugard down here and we're chasing an assassin that we don't even know that has like a trail yet this month.
This is the adventuring way. hmm
mhm.
This is
This is the way.
Why don't we wait until we find out more information about this next assassination, if there is one?
And I point to Monty. Contact.
Yeah.
My
yeah.
point.
Yep. Yeah, and and I've got, I mean, the Dwargar seem to be continue to pop up, and we maybe have stuck our nose in their business a bit much. But I mean, maybe I don't know what they've got going on. Maybe it's nefarious. Maybe it isn't. Maybe we can leave them be, or not. I don't know.
Yeah, we've killed a lot of them already to be leaving them
We
be.
have. They may not like us, but
May.
Also, can we get back up to Caradanival so I can look through that paperwork that Kardoff left behind?
Oh, you took it with you, didn't you?
No, we ran out of there as fast as possible.
What do you think you left behind?
Kardoff's paperwork in the office that we never got a chance to open up.
I mean, we
Oh,
What?
swept- I
No,
thought
we
swept
like-
I
that.
thought that was the
we
paperwork.
emancipated the people in that castle. We took whatever time we needed to take. It's not like we did some shit and we're like, oh, we're leaving right away. Bye, guys. Like, we took time. So to say that we didn't go through paperwork anywhere seems kind of strange.
You did
Especially
go
that
through
we
his
spent-
paperwork. That's where you found the shopping list
Yeah,
for
we did go
M.
through his desk.
Did I just miss that session
I
then?
think you've brought this up before, and we've also said yes, we went through his desk.
I apologize. I'm an idiot.
Yep. So that's how you knew to look in the castle for something else.
yeah,
So-
behind the fireplace sort of thing.
Search for
yeah.
clues.
Then I
Yeah,
fully
so let's
apologize
get
for
some
derailing
sleep.
this entire conversation.
Yeah, no. It's good conversation, right? It's always good to
Either way,
figure it
somebody
out.
should find
right?
out what's going on with those two.
Yeah. Let's take some time tomorrow, right? I'll go meet my contact. We'll do a little browsing, we'll do a little shopping, get a little spa day in. Maybe we'll hit the town later on, see if there's some questionable activities and gambling and nefarious deeds going on. So
I just kind of want us to actually relax for once. We've been literally being killed at or being attacked constantly since we got up here.
Yeah, it's not a very friendly place.
Hmm.
Well, hopefully, if
I haven't been
well,
cursed recently, so that's on me. That's up and up. So
Yeah, it's been like a whole 2 days since
It
John's been
has.
kidnapped.
Yeah, well,
you know, Tehran,
yeah, where is he? Maybe he is
Yeah.
kidnapped.
I
We're
mean-
about to.
well, let's have another beer too, and hopefully, Quixotic and Tehran will be back, and then we can talk about tomorrow and make a plan. Plan for not doing stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
over eggs.
since we're just gonna sit here and drink, I'm gonna go through Kardoff's paperwork finally.
Do it.
So that you remember.
Yeah.
Just tax returns and fucking receipts.
If you guys are concerned, canonically, Quixotic has always had one of the sending stones.
I
I don't know who has
Yep.
the other one, but Quixotic has always had
It's
one.
either
I
been
do.
Nicola or Monty, I believe.
Yep.
It's in my inventory, but yeah, either way. Although I don't technically need it right now because I got telepathy, but
Oh, that's right.
I also have a splitting headache too.
Sending does not have a range. I think your telepathy does.
It does, yeah. But I mean, if utility wise,
Hmm.
I've got sending stones and telepathy. Ah, what do you have?
I have message.
You have message.
It's only within 100 feet, though, right?
Exactly.
Not through a wall, not through anything. Really
Okay.
of substance.
So you
All right.
guys are taking the rest of the night. Dapos, you're looking through the paperwork again.
Yes.
Make me an investigation check.
See if I can find anything new.
Would you like some guidance by chance?
Oh, all right.
You don't need it. Good.
With a
Way to
21.
go.
He's
Um,
doing good.
As you're flipping through the paperwork, you see a variety of
Okay.
paperwork from both Cardoth and also from the original speaker. I'm sorry, guys, for hitting the microphone. The original speaker, who was Speaker Cranach. You see a variety of purchase orders for the keep. You see a number of purchase orders signed by Torga Icevane, who you recognize as the merchant that kind of travels through, that you were told about, that travels through the towns here. The last date that you see with Torga's name on it on paperwork is a few weeks ago. As you're flipping through, you find the sheet of paper. You find a couple sheets of paper that look like a shopping list of sorts for what looks like kind of somewhat different spell components, signed just with a big A at the bottom. But other than that, you don't find anything else really of note as you're flipping through the papers.
I'm gonna pull Monty and go and show him the dates on the orders to Torgo, you said?
Torga, yeah.
And go, do you remember the date of the last of the murder up at Cardenval?
Ooh, yeah. What was the date? Let me see if I had my notes.
You
It was
do
a few days afterwards.
You asked
but
the question to Monty, and Monty remembers that there is no murder other than whatever guards were murdered there up in Cardenval.
Could have swore there was a murder at Cardenval too.
It was here, Bryn Shandir, and then I think it was a town out further west.
Was it further
Targos.
west?
Yep.
Okay.
Targos. Yeah.
Argos, yeah.
Targos, that's the other one. Okay. I could have sworn it was Cardenval. My apologies. All right. So we think the merchant and the assassin are working together, right?
It seems so.
We could be here at the right time to catch the merchant at least. To catch the merchant, we could catch the assassin.
And see what happens with the murder. I mean, ideally we prevent it, but I mean, it hasn't happened yet, so
Maybe we
maybe
should
the
invest-
murder's already happened.
Maybe we should see if the merchant came through already tomorrow morning as
Mhm.
well.
Yes. Yeah, we should at least inquire about, while we're out, about those things.
Plus, we should probably see if we can get Quixotic something a little bit different.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean,
Like a cane.
no,
You
like
could use a cane.
maybe a new sword. Like I feel like he hasn't gotten anything fun lately.
a big
He-
fur coat.
Didn't he get new
I'm-
clothes?
I bought him
I s-
plus one like mystery wardrobe armor, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah,
We're still waiting on it to arrive.
We're still waiting.
But yeah,
He's
those
got a
coming.
payday waiting for him in Bird Shander at some
Yeah.
point.
That's the disguise, right?
That's the disguise kit. It's my glamour armor from Yorikai.
It's like plus one studded glamour armor or some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Just like
yeah, let's go
all-around
shopping.
haircut.
Let's see what's out there. I mean, there's got to be some stuff. Get some tatted up.
Spa day.
Let's get cut.
By the way, Keelan, DM,
Yeah,
can I get the pricing for the tattoos again?
sure.
100 common, 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 for uncommon.
4 to 5 for uncommon and 4 to 6,000 for rares.
And like 180 to like 200 for legendary. 60 for very rare.
50 to 60 for very rares, 170 to 220 for legendaries.
Yeah, like it cost of a small floating castle or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Keelan, here's a fun question for you.
A refurb floating
A
castle.
refurb.
Can
Not a flip.
Exotic be
Not a
tattooed?
flip.
Yes, the tattoos remain on your skin. Or
In
you
all
think
shapes.
that the tattoo remains on your skin, regardless of what skin form you're taking?
Okay, so if you get a face tattoo, regardless of the shift, it would be there.
Yes.
Okay. Good to know.
Yep. I think
It'd be a distinguishing mark.
I like that about the was it who has our what is the source book that has that in there?
I don't know. You posted it. I'm looking at it. Oh, does it say that somewhere?
No,
in the source book?
no, the source book that has the shapeshifters in it.
Oh, Eberron, I think, has changelings.
Eberron. I like that part of the changeling, like, where they can like modify the tattoos on themselves and whatnot.
I will have to let me look that
What?
up real quick. But yeah, okay.
But yeah, so yeah, the tattoo would stay. Since it's a magical item, it would not be changed when you shapeshift.
Got it. Cool.
So,
cool.
all right.
I guess
so
we'll turn in for the night.
night is getting later in the evening. You guys are getting ready to turn in. Kozatuk and Tehran are not back yet.
Monty, can you?
Send them a message.
Sending stone only goes one. Well, it would be
Oh, it
one
goes
way,
both ways.
both
It's
ways.
25 words and
Yeah.
25 words.
Yeah, it's
I can-
25 words.
I can message them and make sure Quicks is okay. So before we go to bed, I'll message Quicks to be like, "Hey, you guys good out there? Did Tehran find any peace or resolution, or you guys all right?"
Yeah, it's been a weird night, but we're going to stay out today.
Hello?
We'll be back
Can
in
you
the
hear me?
morning.
All right.
I don't think audibly shivering comes through the stone, but he says we'll be back in the morning.
Okay. I'll relay it to everybody because it's only like a one-time use, one way, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's one on one.
Once a day.
Yeah, it's once a day. Yep.
Yep, one charge. But essentially, we're okay. We'll be out for the evening, but we'll be back in the morning.
All right, they're lost. I'll stay to a bed.
All right, you guys make your way up to the 2 rooms that you guys have reserved here at the Wet Trout. And you guys lay down in the beds, and sleep takes you stronger than what you've felt in a long time. The comfort of the beds here at the Wet Trout are beyond anything that you've felt in a while.
How are the floors?
Pristine.
Wood.
Like beds.
Nary a
roach. Beds don't usually work for 450-pound turtles. Turtles.
The floor is smooth and worn, and there's not a
Can we-
splinter to be seen in the floor.
We put one of our blankets over the top of you.
Excellent.
It covers the back corner of Kohi. All right. The morning comes, and you guys wake to the smell of fresh cooked meats coming, wafting up through some of the cracks in the floor from the area down below. Taran and Quixotic, you wake, if you can call it wake, because if you ever really fell asleep.
Neither of us really sleep.
But
Trance, so.
the morning, or what you sense as morning, finally arrives, and the two of you kind of look at each other and just kind of acknowledge what each of you gave sacrifice the night before for each other. And Taran, you look down and kind of you look down at your sword and you see something kind of glowing on it, as one of the skulls on the sword of your 9 lives stealer is now glowing red.
Oh, is that good? Is it?
What does he get?
is
What does it
not?
mean?
Is it
Powered up.
damage? Do I
Did
need
a
to
thing?
change
Did you do a
name?
thing?
Leveled up.
Da-na-na-na.
Ah, you beat me to it.
Very cool.
You kind of hold up.
He did. The camera does a spin as he.
Where did that chest come from? Why did he take that out of a chest?
Where's the
Why is it
music
just
coming
shining
from?
from within?
Why did he
Doesn't make
kick
any-
open the chest to start with?
Why are there
Zelda
smashed
reference.
pots everywhere?
Who lacks chests that you can just kick them open?
Either way. All right. Powered up weapon. Nice.
Boy, no.
Until it wants something.
Yeah, right. Quixotic gets up and he re-rolls all of his equipment, tries to uses prestidigitation to dry it out and dry himself off. And I will never get used to this place. I hate it so much. He says, I need to go find a fire somewhere.
You didn't need to, but it didn't go unnoticed. So, do you have anything you need to do today?
I probably warm up a bit and then I have no plans. Maybe we should, if we're not doing anything else, we should probably check out that caravan because he was with it. Maybe there was some sort of evidence of some murders or locations or something like that.
Why don't you head back to the tavern and meet everyone for breakfast? I have to go knock on a door.
He stayed out all night. I don't think I'm going to leave you alone now. Well, I'll be fine for another hour or two.
Alright.
So he packs up all his shit and we'll follow along. Silently, unless Taran, who is, canonically conversational, starts something up.
All right, Taran, where are you going? You
I'm
back to the
going.
jeweler's
I'm
house?
going to the jeweler, and I'm gonna knock on the door.
Did Monty relay to people, or to me specifically, that he had spoken with Quixotic and
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did.
he
Alright.
Yeah, I wasn't
he was
getting.
So I'm not
you
freaking
guys
out?
asked. Yeah, you guys asked.
cool,
No,
cool.
we're
Message home.
we changed sleeping arrangements so you weren't alone, but yeah.
She's at the constabulary banging on the door, and they're like, "Lady, you can't report a missing person. That hasn't even been 24 hours."
It's like, I know, I have a feeling.
Also,
My
he's a wanted
phone.
man.
He's like, that's a common misconception.
All right,
Also,
so
he's
you
wanted for questioning of destruction of royal artifacts or religious artifacts.
go to the door and you knock on it. You go bang, bang, bang. The sign still shows closed on it, but I'm assuming you're knocking on the door. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll knock
And-
on until they get up.
Okay. And you see kind of through the frosted window, you see some movement behind the door before it opens up. And you see this kind of shorter, kind of older lady, a female human, kind of with like white curly hair, going, "What in tarnations are you doing this early in the morning banging on my door?"
I'll like do like kind of Slav squat to meet her eye to eye.
Okay.
You know what a Slav squat is?
No, will you please show me?
It's what he does to you when he looks you in the eye.
Yeah, he
It's,
just glares down his nose.
it's how Russian people like sit on their heels. They call that the Slav squat.
Oh, okay.
Most of the time, you're wearing like a black and white tracksuit.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely wearing an Adidas tracksuit. Yeah, I'll kind of squat down and go, I apologize for the early knocking, but here's 5 gold for the trouble. Here's another 300, and then I'll reach into my like stinky sack, and I'll pull out the skull that I was peeling like an apple at the castle, and I'll put that in her other hand. And I go, take this 300 gold and put it on this skull.
She takes she has her hand out for the gold that you were giving her, and then as you pull out this kind of like peeled skull, you just see this shock in her face go.
I'll give her another 5 gold. I'm like, this is for your sensibilities. Take that gold. Take whatever artistic license you need, but I would like a wide triangle from the crown of his head and across his face and eyes to like his chin, and I would like a 6-pointed snowflake across the back, and make the top of that meet the triangle.
Quixotic leans in and says, "And for your craftsmanship, how much do you think it would cost? This is a old relative of his who he wants to preserve."
Very special.
He's very special. He's not just a random person he found.
It's like a bleach white skull. Like I peeled it and I boiled it, and it's like pristine. Like
Oh, it doesn't have bits of meat still
no,
sticking
it's not.
to it.
It's not fucking like picked by buzzards and still goopy. Like
Maggot
it's
falls
the
off.
clean one in the decomposing skull bag.
How many do you have in there?
I think I have 3. I might have 4, but I know I have 3.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, Nunya. I got Nunya many.
Quixotic, can you make me a deception check?
I'll help him. I'll be like, yeah.
Oh, you're already helping enough. Stop.
Yeah, no.
Oh god, this is gonna be a delight. Where the fuck do I even have deception? That exists on my character sheet.
It's an old friend. I would love to immortalize him with his Jesus fucking Christ. Are you kidding?
Dude, I have 0 for a charisma bonus, and I am not trained in deception.
Oh my God, why are you talking?
Because you didn't.
I was talking. I gave her instructions. She
Are you
didn't
still
ask
talking?
anything.
Is she listening to you, Vicar?
She says, she kind of nods her head and she goes, for the craftsmanship and the discretion of your friend, the cost to gild this is going to be 75 gold.
Well, I already gave you 10, so here's another 65.
You
She
put the
takes the
first
gold.
5 was for knocking.
Well,
She takes the gold and she says, come back tomorrow. I will have your friend, and she puts it in quotes again, ready for you.
Old Uncle Arnie.
thanks for answering the door. Hope you have a blessed day of Aurel.
I don't. Just. He turns around. I just hand her 10 more gold. Just be like, fuck it. I don't say a word. I just give her 10 more gold. And
Just-
turn around and leave.
Just put more gold in her hand, and she's just like,
She looks a little bit confused as to whether or not it's supposed to be gilded onto the skull, but she ultimately pockets
That's
the gold.
for you.
and-
That's for you. He turns around. Follows along.
All right. That was good. All right. So yeah, where are you guys heading now? Are you guys heading back to the Wet Trout to meet up with everybody, or?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I need a fire or something.
Yeah, you guys make it back to the Wet Trout as you guys enter, and everybody is starting to kind of come down You enter to the smell of like fresh cooked meats, kind of coming from behind the kitchen, and you see everybody coming down from the stairs. And they go, "Quixotic, Tehran, you look a
hell happened to
little
you?"
blue."
It's
I look fine.
yeah, you do look fine. Yeah, I got like snot running down my nose.
Tehran,
A
you
little-
look fine. Your skin looks a little bit dry though from the wind
yeah,
blowing
sure.
across it.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
A little bit
"Hey,
leathery.
Did you find anything last night?"
He sits and he doesn't say a lot at that moment. Yeah, we found the killer,
What?
and we killed him.
Well, that's
I
good,
guess.
right?
Yeah, he turned into a yeti first.
Wait, what do you mean you guessed?
There was a Yeti. I know.
There's always a yeti.
Knew it. There's always a
How do you
Yeti.
know it was him?
He
There's not a
approached me
body,
with blue
unfortunately.
eyes. He tried to kill me, so I killed him.
Hmm.
Quixotic helped.
all of us
Not really.
turned to look at
Yeah,
Quixotic.
all of us look at Quixotic.
There was not a body, unfortunately. It dissolved into the snow.
He turned into a he turned a little monstrous and then dissolved into the snow. And there's, as far as I can tell, there's probably some kind of pact with Auriel involved, and
So he's dead for now.
probably
Like dead like you or dead like dead?
dead, like he turned into a monster, then turned into snow. So, read into that how you can. I'm doing my best.
So not dead.
Can
Gotcha.
can somebody here talk with the dead from blood, or does it have to be a body?
I think it has to be a skull.
I need a skull.
All right. Then
That's why I
we
keep
may-
them.
Yeah, we may need to go investigate the caravan at some point, but I need to sit by the fire and have some breakfast.
Yeah, today we're not doing
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, is that?
um,
Oh, thank
we're-
God.
yeah, we're trying not to get in a fight today. That's the rule.
I'm glad I could take care of it yesterday, so I don't fuck up your plans.
Well, wait, was it past midnight? Oh shit! Did we already fuck up the day?
Mulligan.
Knowing you two, yes.
Means we'll have to take tomorrow too.
Oh,
Is Ishmael still around? Or is he-
Ishmael has not come down yet. But as you're kind of looking around and starting to kind of grab some plates to grab some meats and whatnot, you do see the boat, the ferry owner, kind of come down and greet you guys in the morning.
Oh, hey, how's it going, sir?
Scythian is his name, and he says, "Doing quite well. How are you, my friends? You guys look a little. My eyes are a little bit still crossed this morning. It was quite a night of drinking and merriment last night."
Yeah, it was.
Uh,
I don't know if we ever told you, but did you have a problem on your ferry that you wanted to get rid of?
You mean the ice surrounding it? Are you volunteering to break up the ice around the lake so we can continue this ferry service?
Well, okay, so you were not aware.
And that's the problem that I am aware of. Is there something else that you need to tell me?
Monty, you want to take this one?
Sorry, I was looking at some things in the background about tattoos. Yeah, so we're talking to the guy about
We're talking to the
ferry
ferry
owner, right?
master, yeah.
Yeah. Be like, okay. Yeah, so you mentioned your ferry was incapacitated. And so we were out and about and decided to stop by the lakeshore last night and did run into to a smattering of Dwargar in the area and dispatched them promptly. So
You see him look at Dwargar. Now, that is a serious acquisition. Where
Yep.
did you find these Dwargar?
over by the dock by where your the ferry is.
Kind of on your ferry.
Yeah,
In the
other bodies.
vicinity.
There's a couple
There was
normal sized
tracks.
bodies, right?
Yeah, there would be bodies, right? So
There's
it could be-
bodies.
Bodycicles.
Yeah, you can go verify. In fact, I would recommend you probably would want to take a look at your place now, although I wouldn't, they could come back. I don't know if we've gotten all of them. But we did dispatch quite a few of them. In the area. So
You see him just kind of look aghast and kind of slack-jawed and going, "Oh,
we've seen Dwargar in a few places, right? I mean, it seems like they're being a lot more active across 10 towns.
Also, on that note, is this your map? And I'll unroll the map that I took from the cabin that has the dragon heart in the mountains.
As you start to unroll it, he goes, "That's the map I've never seen in my life.
Okay.
My life is here, locked in a shop, not out in the spine of the world."
I figured as much, but I just wanted to double check to make sure this wasn't yours and I was taking something that belonged to you.
I
But I assume
appreciate
you
the
haven't-
concern. Wait, did you found this map on my boat?
In your quarters on the boat.
Says that sounds very unfortunate. Was there? You said there were 4 Dwargar that you dispatched on my boat?
Yes, and there possibly could be more because one escaped as we were dealing with the others.
He kind of looks down and shakes his head and says, "Well, I appreciate you dispatching the Dwargar that were there. Is there any way I can repay you? My funds are a little bit low at the moment, being that the ferry is not running, but
We always like information and also pass on our word, right?
Yeah,
The
just
deeds that we've
keep it-
done.
Just keep it going.
he,
Yeah.
he says,
And any information you might have about other interesting events across the space. We're looking for,
Actually-
there's been whispers of murders.
What do you know about the caravan?
There's a caravan
"A caravan.
outside of town towards the shrine to
You said, well, you don't know about the caravan, but he says, you mean Torga Iceveins caravan? She goes
Yeah.
traveling to town,
Yeah.
selling goods and whatnot to people."
so we probably would have mentioned somewhat a merchant, and then that would have happened. So I guess that tracks. What was the name of that caravan? Who's
Icevein. Targo's Icevein.
Torga Icevein.
Orga?
He says, Targa, she travels around, stays in cities for a few days at a time before continuing on to the next town, buying goods and selling goods in each of the different towns. She has a small group that kind of travel around with her. But what is there something that you're looking for? Are you looking to purchase?
No, we just heard lots of things about the caravan and we're curious, to check it out.
Okay.
What was the description, right, of the merchant that we were looking for? I'm looking for that.
Of Torga?
Yeah, what is Targo's
No. There was a description of the merchant that was traveling with the assassin.
halfling?
Halfling.
Torga is a halfling.
Oh, Torga's a halfling. Oh, interesting. What is she primarily selling? Like just random goods or anything specific? Known.
Usually sells cut
Knucklehead
wood,
trout.
flint and tinder, flasks of whale oil, blankets, furs, bottles of wine when she can find it, casks of cheap ale when she can afford to share some. Rumor has it that some of her medicines that she sells about as good as those oils that kind of smiles and shakes his head towards the center of town. That the the shop in town sells. And he kind of
Hey.
whispers at this point and says, and for the right amount of coin, word has it she has poisons to make your enemies fall asleep and never wake up.
Any magical ice items?
Torga? Magic items? I can't imagine that she would have the money to afford such items.
All right.
Oh, interesting. Thank you, friend. Yeah, and check out your ferry. You know, hopefully it's at least been rid of those pesky, infiltrators. It seems like they don't respect property or anyone's possessions. So hopefully you can return yours to you.
I appreciate the words of
Let's spread the word that
confidence.
Dawn Seekers are always here to help. Dawn Bringers, Dawn Seekers. Bringers,
Dawn Seekers.
Bringers. Dawn Seekers. That's the one. You keep me honest, that boss.
Whatever her name is.
He says, and he's like, I appreciate all that you did, and after you guys hit the sack last night, I was able to go around and scrunch up a few other tasks if you're looking for things to do in the area. I was able to find 3 things that the people are looking are kind of weird and need exploring. Should you choose to want 1 or 2 or 3, let me know, and I can provide you with some more information.
Give me the quick summary of them. What's bothering the town?
Cliff notes it.
Cliff notes it. He says
What's Cliff Notes?
Dude named Cliff.
There's a gnome named Copper over in Bryn Shander. He's says that there's a friend of his was out at the old black cabin that's been around forever. No one really knows who built it, but lots of folks get a bad feeling about it. Some say it's haunted, but Copper claims that the magical experiments are being performed there. If you want to find out more information, my contact said you can check out the House of the Morning Lord in Bryn Shander. And he says, I was talking to a friend last night, and he said he mentioned the comet that fell out of the sky a few weeks ago. Did you see that too?
The
We
what
did
now?
hear of it, right? We heard of the
Comet?
meet.
We heard of it. We were too far south to see it, unfortunately.
He says it went down in the mountains south of 10 towns, but not too far away. But I imagine that wherever it landed, and he says, pull out the map, I can kind of give you a general direction as to where you can go. Where
Because this map I'm going to mark on. This one's going to be the one we can use.
and he kind of points into a general direction, and it's just a little bit west of where the Dragon's Heart is. And then he says, and you were asking about the wizard last night that we burned at the stake.
Yeah.
Well, I asked around, and supposedly he hired some 10-towner adventurers to help him find a buried tower out east of Loch Denashar. And I guess supposedly he killed them to keep its location secret. Well, before they died, one of them was able to communicate with my contact and he shared with me the location of where the tower is. I'm not going to go myself. That's a little bit beyond my purview. But maybe it's something that you'd like to explore. And he kind of indicates another portion, location on the map where you can go explore should you choose to.
Nice.
I appreciate
Cool.
that. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. We will see what we can do to help the people of the area, as we make our way around.
Are these like
so.
things you can reveal on this map?
They are.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
Yeah.
All right. So give me just a second. Yep. So the kind of area that he mentioned where he had heard that the buried tower was kind of over here to the east, and the location of the comet where he thinks the comet went down. That to go is down here, west of the
Heart.
The Red Heart. So, yeah,
so this is the Dragon Heart.
correct.
This is the meteorite.
Yep.
Gotcha.
These sound like fun side quests.
I'm not gonna lie, the meteorite to get a meteorite sword sounds pretty fucking cool.
I'm super into that tower, but
Yeah.
I'm trying not to.
Wizard things.
I'm into the
Let's
tower.
Fucking
investigate.
wizards.
I'm interested in the wizard tower too. Buried wizard
Fuck
tower?
wizards.
Hell yeah. Meteorite? Hell yeah.
Let's get it.
Fuck
I'm fine with-
wizards.
I'm fine with tower tomorrow. Yeah, that sounds like a fun trip.
Let's
Well,
take a vote.
hell,
Where
even
we
the-
rank the three things. Give
Magical
a 3 to the
experiment.
best one.
What was the first thing?
Go ahead.
Dude, you guys want me to replay them?
No, I got it. So we have the Wizard's Tower, we have the Dragon's Heart, and the meteorite.
Yeah.
This is
The,
the-
And
gnome
yeah, and he also
Copper.
mentioned a weird black cabin.
yes.
That if you wanted more information,
Oh, in Brinchendir, that's right.
to
Yes.
talk to the person in Bryn Shender.
It was about
So-
allegedly magical experiments.
Okay, cool. So we have
House
stuff
of
to
Morning Lord.
do. Yay.
We are taking. You hear me sitting from our brother, but we're taking the day off. Yes.
Yes, we're taking the day off.
Yeah, we're taking the day off to figure out what we're gonna do,
Okay.
and then we're gonna start walking towards it.
Oh, might as well pay for rent tonight too while we're at it.
The innkeeper or the tavern owner, you catch their kind of eyes and ask about the price, and they say another 2 gold for the night.
Sounds good.
But you're painted gold a room. I thought he said it was like 6 silver per room.
I don't care. 2 gold.
2 gold. The second night's more expensive.
The
That's how
first
that works.
one's free.
That's how they hook you.
So they get you in the door, and you're gonna pack up all your stuff and head to a different room.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
You're already
not.
unpacked. You're comfy.
it's
You
2
get a,
gold
you
for
get a
2
taste
rooms.
of that warmth tonight. Tomorrow you pay.
It's 2 gold for 2 rooms. I don't care. Here you go.
All right. So, what do you guys want to do today in East Haven?
Tattoo.
Yeah,
right.
tattoos. I want to explore, look for cool stuff, and check out the merchant caravan.
As you guys finish talking with Scythian, you see Ishmael start to kind of come down from his room upstairs as well. And he says, "Good morning. Aren't you guys looking wonderful this morning? Did you have any time to look at my artwork last night?"
Yes, I did. I was kind of wondering if I could combine the artwork of one and the spell work of another.
He says, "Most spells are And he says, are tied to a specific piece of artwork, but I think we can make a custom piece for you if that's what you're looking for.
That sounds perfect because I really love the idea of the obsessive tattoo, but with a chain instead of the yarn.
Yeah, I feel like there's some liberty to be had. Like there's one called like Grasp of the Dead or something, but it's got chains, and then or you could be like, or corpse hands, like
Yeah, like
kinda-
that's literally all it is. Just like it's the exact same thing, the exact same place. It's just the artwork changed.
Yeah,
So
no,
you
we
said-
can. Yeah, that's we can make it work. So
Okay,
Is-
You like the obsessive, but you want it to look like the what?
kind of like I gotta go back to it. It's a back tattoo actually.
Oh, okay.
Earth is not porn file.
you
right.
gotta look up in the like up
Oh yeah, up
the
here.
save tabs.
Where
yeah.
have you been?
One of my favorite IT pranks is you make a folder on someone's desktop called like horse porn or something like that, and then you take a screenshot of the full desktop with all their icons
Set it
on
as
it,
the background.
and then you delete the icon that you created, and then set the picture as the background, so it can't be deleted.
Yeah.
So I like the
That's
idea of the
awesome.
obsessive tattoo with the shit. I just had the name. The chain tattoo.
So you want the magic of the obsessive?
Yes, but like in the same spot as the obsessive tattoo, like on the arm and everything. Just it's a chain instead of the yarn and the chair.
Oh, you don't want barbed wire?
Ooh, that'd be classic.
Tribal.
Classic.
What tribe are you part of? Tribe.
Don't worry about it.
Not you.
All right. Okay. He says, all right, for a custom piece like this, your says it will be 500 gold. Due now, and I will have the tattoo ready for you in 1 day.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much.
So, and he looks to the next person and he says, "And what were you thinking?"
Blade Master, please.
A blade master.
Why am I not surprised?
Leg day.
Hey, man.
All,
I got one
leg day, all
tune and I
day.
just keep on singing it.
He says, I see you seem to be you seem to do well with a blade. Is that true?
It is.
Says, all right, for the blade master.
You just shit out a magic weapon? That's awesome.
Yeah. Like, so if you want something, this might be a way to get a weapon.
The marking up the arms is going to be a problem. If he looks for anything, it's going to have to be chest or back or like a little butterfly on his foot or something.
I would hope they'd be kind of flexible. Like if you really like a face tattoo, but that shit does not fit the motif of your character getting a full fucking face tattoo, I would hope you get a little flexibility there.
All right, I'll give you flexibility. For the blades master tattoo, it will be 500 gold, and it'll take me about a day to prepare the tattoo for you.
I pay.
In platinum. If you want.
I don't care.
Ooh, money bags.
We really have that much platinum?
She
If
has,
it,
she has 131 platinum.
What?
we really have that much platinum?
How? I had 15.
I had
I
like
don't know.
11.
I don't know if she exchanged it somewhere.
Fucking
I
mugging
have.
people.
I don't think I've ever given my own self money. So,
And I wouldn't do it wrong.
if anybody needs some help, I mean, I can.
No,
She doesn't have any more money than any of us have ever kind of accrued. Like she had about a 1,500 total, and I don't think she's ever really spent it.
Yeah, I think that sounds.
Yeah, that's
Seems
close.
right.
1,000.
Yeah,
we spent
because
some
I think
stuff,
I've spent some money on some things, and I'm sitting at over 1,000 for sure.
We did
Yeah.
make. You guys did make oodles of money during the game.
Yeah,
I- yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we bet a lot of money.
My total currency right now is 1,127. So I mean that's not unreasonable.
Yeah.
I have 123 gold left.
Yeah, you've been actively spending it. So
Do you need any money?
I don't know. I didn't really.
Can I help you buy tattoo?
Maybe.
I could help you buy uncommon tattoo.
Thank you.
From this down, no more.
If I can only get uncommon, he can only get uncommon. He's not getting rare if I can get rare.
I know.
can you even
I'm just
get
teasing it.
like what
That's
happens if you get tattooed?
Oh, I still have skin.
Right, but isn't
You
that
can tattoo a dead pig.
It's scarring and oh, fair enough.
Yeah, you tattoo dead pigs all the time when you're a tattoo artist.
Yes, yes, you do.
It's a normal
Alright.
thing to say.
All right. He.
I mean, he's actually not wrong.
Totally reasonable thing to say.
He says, "All right, who's up next?"
Yo,
No.
Mister.
Where was it get a tattoo?
big on
You
my
got
shell.
on?
It's going on my shell, yo. I've talked to DM about this. It's more of an etching than a tattoo.
Oh.
Mm.
He
That's
like
kinda rad.
full on just like scrapes it out.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
There you
Like
go.
that.
We're gonna do hardening tattoo.
Mm.
Ooh,
That
that's
seems
a good one.
superfluous.
That's
I like
you
it.
gotta be super beefy.
That is the idea.
Now, if only he'd bother to fight something.
I
He's
do.
etching a
Or at least
turtle shell
pick a
on your
fight.
turtle shell.
Yeah.
right in the front.
Right.
Yeah, throw out that threat. I mean,
I want a tattoo of a bigger dick on my dick.
Extend-o-matic.
The dick can be bigger than mine though. The tattoo.
It's one of those optical illusions.
Sure. Isn't it always?
Oh, you really played with depth on that one, huh? Nice.
it really worked.
All right. He says, "For the hardening
Popping
tattoo."
out of me.
It really pops, doesn't it?
Coming right for us.
He
It's
says,
one of those magic eye tattoos. You gotta be careful. Coming at you.
It's a schooner.
He says, "For the hardening tattoo, that'll be 500 gold."
You're getting the hardening tattoo as well. God damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
There's not a lot of ways you can gain armor, like in general.
No.
And that one's like two AC every time you cast a spell.
If you you have to take
No,
an
I
action.
choose. I choose to do it.
And your speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Yeah, he's
Shit.
a big old
I got
I
turtle.
don't, I don't give a fuck.
I go inside my shell. I'm like, I
Right.
have like AC of like 23 then or some shit.
Oh God! You just like come at me,
I
bro.
ain't moving nowhere.
I
No
live
how.
here now.
Not coming out. Nope.
That doesn't have a cap either, does it?
Just +2.
Do you
Oh,
think it stops when you
just
run
a
out of
single
movement?
+2?
Yeah. Do you think it
Uh,
runs out of bonuses when you run out of movement to feed it? Because you lose
It
10,
doesn't
10
stack.
movement and you get +2.
After the minute elapsed, the effects end. So I just get it for 1 minute.
Oh, so you just lose the one. That you just lose
You
10.
do multiple times.
Can you?
Anytime I want to move, I lose the 10. So I can
Yeah, but
only
you
move at
can't.
20.
It's like every time you cast a spell, it doesn't stack though, right?
I felt like I read it. Like
An action as an action you can activate the tattoo, which turns your skin to magic. This turns my shell. I don't have skin. Kind of have skin, but it's magically hardening epidermis for the next minute. So I have to spend
Yeah,
an
each
action.
time. Each time you cast a
No,
leveled
for the
spell, you
duration,
gain-
each time you cast a leveled spell,
I get
you gain a +2 to your AC and your speed is reduced by 10 feet. So if you cast 3 leveled spells in that minute, your AC goes up by 6 and your speed goes down by 30.
I can't
Yeah.
fucking move.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
fucking move, but you can't fucking touch me.
fucking.
You should probably, Alex, you should
Blah.
probably unprepare vampiric touch and maybe prepare spiritual weapon.
True.
Maybe.
Still donk people while you're stuck
Guardian
in
of
one
Faith
place.
too. Just like spiritual weapon and Guardian of Faith out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spiritual weapon's good.
Yeah, I played with that for a little bit. I also
Okay.
have the razor that kind of helps me too.
Yeah, Barry's razor.
All
All
right.
right, we cool.
We cool. All right. Who's next?
Good.
Anyone
Glad
else?
Anyone
glad
else?
everyone enjoyed my choice.
Yeah, if you, I've got two I'm debating on that I want the group's input on.
Why not both?
Go.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, Catch.
All right. Well, maybe. So
Yeah.
one is
You have coin.
I do. The one is extensive wardrobe, right? Because right now, so one of the, I don't wear armor because I have the ability from the warlock that gives me magic armor.
Yeah, the shield shit.
Armor of
The-
Shadows.
not shield. No, it's
No,
mage
it's,
armor.
mage armor, yeah.
Yep.
The-
So I don't wear armor as it is, and the mage armor bumps me up to a 15 AC, and then I use. So extensive wardrobe would give me +1 AC, but that's about the only thing. I mean, yeah, you get to change your clothes and all that, and that's kind of fun. So that was one that I was thinking to increase AC, but I guess long term, am I going to be eventually getting armor and going that route anyways? Because it's just going to be better. I don't know. So that's one of the others. The other one I was thinking of was tranquility, which because a lot
What's
of
tranquility do.
tranquility, I think it's once per day. If something's gonna break concentration in a spell,
Oh yeah, you just pass, right?
you just pass.
You
I'm
choose
looking-
to pass.
Nah, son.
Yeah, tranquility. While the tattoo is applied, whenever something would break your concentration, you choose to maintain concentration instead. Once the property of the tattoo is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn. So it's like a one-time concentration.
What do you use for concentration?
A lot of things.
Well, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know what that means.
So,
I know what I would use for concentration as
Yeah.
a cleric. I don't necessarily know what you use as a bard.
So Fairy Fire is concentration, Hex is concentration, Bane is concentration, Heat Metal is concentration, Nather's Mischief is concentration. Those are the
That
concentration
sounds
ones.
pretty. Is that a common one or is that uncommon? The
It's uncommon, but it's like only the first time, right? So if I get hit and it breaks it, or I use it and then I get hit again and it breaks it,
yeah, but
So-
a round worth of ignoring that is
Yeah.
kind of handy.
It's nice to have a no. I'll keep that up, please.
So it's a choice for you. If you're going to be more of a range caster, then yeah, tranquility makes
Well-
sense. Or as opposed to if you want to start getting in the in the mix of shit, and
do you
maybe
have-
getting some more AC would be better.
Did you say haste or like slow or anything like that?
I mean, I'll eventually like be getting. So
Yes.
my whole build on my caster is like debuffing, right?
Okay.
And like utility and debuffing, or buffing. And I haven't decided if I'm gonna flip to one or the other, but that type of stuff. But right now I'm focused a lot on debuffing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, it's up to you, but
yeah.
like if you have buffs and debuffs that require concentration, some of them losing them can be problematic. Like haste, I know if you lose haste, you immediately like the person who it's cast on like essentially loses a turn.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Incapacitated for a turn if they lose it.
Yeah, I mean, so you guys, so the AC goes away if I get armor. That's the only thing that I'm getting hung up on is like
Do you think you'd wear armor? Are you able to wear an armor that would give you a benefit that is greater than what you get here? Are you gonna have an armor that gives you greater than a 16 armor that you can wear and want to wear? Because that sounds like a medium armor, and if you are not proficient in medium armor, you can't wear it. But you're a Hexblade Warlock, so you are proficient.
I
So
am.
you can
Yeah.
wear like a breastplate, which doesn't provide disadvantage on stealth
What's your
checks.
dex modifier?
Yeah, what's your dex
+2.
modifier?
Okay.
Okay, so if
yeah,
you put on a
could wear medium
breastplate, you
armor.
get a 17, I think.
Okay.
So like, yeah, you could hit that, but if it's not like what you're going for with your character, like you intend to not wear armor, then no, you would have a 16 with a breastplate.
Yeah, which is what I'd have with this. And it, like what in so like outside of game, like what's like generally like higher level characters like AC? Like, does it doesn't seem like it scales significantly unless you're like a beefy tank boy and you really go that
Yeah,
route.
AC really, it's very uncommon to see something over 20.
Yeah. It seems to be very specific, like a monk who has like bonuses, or a barbarian who has bonuses that come from other places.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to build for
Yeah.
weird stuff like that.
All right. Okay.
If you do the armor tattoo, I mean, you could always get things that you could always you don't lose
Other
your
things.
ability to get there. There are lots of other things that are like, hey, if you're not wearing armor, you can have this cool shit.
Yeah.
So like that.
I kind of like that because it kind of also fits the whole like dungeon sort of archaeologist type of thing. You don't really traipse around with armor. So,
get to wear your unbuttoned white shirt.
unbuttoned tan kind of linen shirt, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So I guess, hey, tattoo guy. You probably have never done 2 tattoos at once on someone, have you? I don't. It's probably not. That's probably not something you're probably up for with all the stuff that's going on, right?
So it's generally a little more complicated. You're wanting 2 in 1?
Take out my my little juggling stones, right, and just kind of start kind of playing with them in my hand while I'm talking with them, like they're like a fidget type of thing. Like, yeah, like a 2 in 1. I mean, that's probably pretty difficult for you, isn't it? Like, I mean, it's interesting. I'd be cool. That'd be really interesting to do it. That's probably a bit beyond you. I'd probably have to go find someone else for that, wouldn't I?
Make me whatever check you're trying to do.
He's trying to goad him for some reason.
Trying to goad him into like coming at it and being a little like, yeah, okay, I'll make a persuasion check then with advantage with my.
Sure, you can make a persuasion check with advantage.
because you're playing with your stones.
Yeah.
You see his eyes kind of watch the fire stones moving back and forth, and he says, "It's a challenge."
Like if you're
but
up for the
it's-
challenge, I'd be willing to give you that challenge, you know, but got to make it worth it for me. So
says it'll be a challenge, but it'll be doable. It'll be 1,000 gold for both tattoos merged into one. It'll still take
Does
up 2 attunement spots.
I forget that all of these require attunement.
Aelin,
Yep.
the earthy inkling tattoo. Just out of
Yeah.
curiosity, it
Yeah.
looks like it says, for the duration, the tattoo separates from your neck and reforms as an earthly inkling, or earthy inkling. The find familiar spell, which it's based off of, does not have a duration until the creature is killed.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if I'm reading that wrong. Like it just runs around until it's killed, and then I can't summon it for the next day. I'm guessing 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of considering that one.
All right. So hang on, Monty. So
Sorry, go on.
are you doing? Are you doing tranquility and?
yeah, let's do it. What else am I spending my money on?
Mind you, that's 2 of your 3 attunement slots.
Yeah.
And you are attuned to a sentient weapon, so you have 0 attunement slots now.
A sentient. Wait, attuned
Your
to what?
sword, you're attuned.
Does
your
Talon
sword,
not
too.
require attunement?
No.
Okay. All right.
Unless he does, Keelan. I don't know if we've ever established that.
I think you would. Talks to you.
I don't think so. It talks to you, but it doesn't.
Okay. I'm just making sure you weren't like.
Makes you have wet dreams.
Yeah, I was just making sure you weren't boxing out every one of your attunement slots. So.
I mean, I kind of am, right? Because I'd have to drop right now. I'd have to drop either the ring or the psi crystal. So I don't know.
Maybe
if that,
just get one. What if
Yeah.
you get cool magic items later and you're like, oh, I don't have any attunement
know.
slots.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that each one of these requires attunement.
yeah.
It's that's more of a big deal.
Excuse me.
I think I'm gonna do the extensive wardrobe then.
Okay.
For 500.
Yep, 500.
All right.
It says, should you choose to want the second tattoo, I could probably make it. I could probably do it for 400 gold as opposed to 5. But you let me know.
I'll let you know. You to be here for a little while?
It'll take me
Alright.
about I probably with the 3 people before you, it'd probably take about 2 days to get your tattoo prepared.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, and he kind of motions to you, Tehran, or you, Kusotic. As to who wants to go next.
Go ahead.
Are you telling me to go ahead?
If you had something you were looking at, I'm kind of thinking. What was
I
the
haven't really
armor
had
that?
time. I just walked in today, so
Oh yeah.
I'll look through your books while you're preparing your other tattoos. We'll
What
be
was
here
the-
today.
Armor that's sitting. That may or may not be sitting in Bryn Shandir, because I gotta remember if that's
Plus
tattooed or
one
not.
studded glamour armor.
Glamour.
Glamored studded leather armor.
Was it not a plus one?
It was a +1, but
Oh, it just isn't in the name. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. The glamour armor is the. I'm just trying to remember. So if I do a tattoo, then I gotta see if that's. I don't know if that's attuned.
the glamored studded leather armor
Yeah.
is not attuned.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm kind of thinking about one. I guess I kind of pitched to the group just because it's kind of a neat thing. The earthy inkling tattoo.
Dude, all those
That-
like pet ones.
There's a winged one too. Like there's a flying one.
Well, right.
There's like a
but-
ground guy, a monkey, a flyer, and a swimmer.
A ground guy, a monkey.
There's
What
a
do you mean?
monkey. Nimble, the nimble inkling is a monkey tattoo.
Oh, okay. So inkling is hang on.
Type.
It's a familiar.
There is an oceanic. There is a
Mhm.
flying. There is a ground, and there is a nimble. I think there might be more.
Okay.
Those are the ones, but there's like a couple different pet tattoos.
I didn't realize that there were multiple find familiar ones. Okay, I just
It's really a
saw
question
the-
of what type of one you want.
Yeah, like Control F inkling.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, literally. Yeah, I didn't realize there's more than one.
Anybody else getting tat? Everybody else is pretty
So,
much decided. Huh?
I'm considering the inkling one. It's neat to have, and it would also. It's sentient, so it can move around. So it'd be helpful for just me as a character. I don't know. Does that sound crazy?
There was some cool. There was this one about darkness and going invisible that I thought of you, Quicks, too.
I fully have a +10 to stealth
so
right
you're
now,
good.
and it's gonna get better.
Yeah.
And he also has, whenever he wants it, advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So So what the fuck's the point of the earthy one then?
Right. How do I add this tattoo to my character?
I will create magical items for all these for you guys to
Okay.
choose to. That's why I'm writing them down. I'll have them ready for you guys for next week.
If it helps, I already made it on my version, or I could send you my link to it because I did just copy and paste it from the PDF you gave us into Homebrew. So
You can share it with your group.
that's what I'm doing.
So I'm looking at the inkling ones here.
Turn, what are you looking at?
I'm far too in You know, I've looked through this probably a million fucking times. I'm far too indecisive to make a decision.
The
I
analysis
know.
paralysis has hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the fact that it takes an attunement slot makes it hard.
Yeah.
See, look,
But
I
you
did
can
it.
unattune to these because it's produced by a special needle. I assume you can also remove it with a special needle.
That
If
is
you
correct.
unattune from it, the needle separates from your body. Like the tattoo will reform into a needle and separate.
Oh, so you just
Alright.
put the needle on your body?
So with these tattoos, the way that you've seen them applied, it's the needle spreads the tattoo onto your body. And as you asked Ishmael about it, he said when you're ready to, if you ever should want to have a tattoo removed, you take the needle and you don't lose the needle, but you press it against the tattoo, and the needle will suck up the magical ink back into it. And should you want to have it reapplied, you would have to find me to have it reapplied.
Maybe the
He says, he taps his nose as he goes, jump security.
Right?
I guess maybe the nimble inkling,
The monkey.
the monkey. Well,
Monkey.
so I was
Oh, that
looking
one.
at the earthy
The monkey's
one.
butthole.
Yeah, the monkey's butthole.
You
I
get it
was
tattooed
looking-
on your belly where the monkey's butthole is your belly button.
Exactly.
Yes.
Those are the worst fucking tattoos. Those are awful.
I was looking at the earthy one, but I'm confused because it's the only one that does not have any stat bonuses. And I don't understand why. Like if you look at the other ones, they're all +4 or +5 to stealth, and then something else. And the
Earth-
earth one doesn't have any. And
Earth
they're
one might be
all
general
uncommon.
purpose and have more. Does it have more abilities? Does because
I
can it
don't
do
think
something
so.
special?
Like
has
It has
magical
more hit points.
resistances.
right, but
The
doesn't
tanky
the
one?
the others do as well,
Yeah,
don't
do.
they?
Yeah.
A little bit more
Yeah,
hit
like
points.
I
mean, their
fully
hit points
cannot
are so
understand
low.
why it's the only one that doesn't get skills. Like they all have immunities to poison, all the bludgeoning stuff, all the exhausted stuff. It feels like it should have.
Do they all have magic resistance?
Yep. I truly don't understand why it doesn't have skills. Like usually any familiar has skills, so that's what I'm confused about.
To the side.
What's that?
It's right there to the side.
Where on the earthy one?
Yeah.
What are they? I see it
Just
should
pull it
be
up.
above damage immunities, and I don't see them.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, well, if you look at it, so probably the nimble one, I guess. Otherwise, I probably would have done the earth one, but it doesn't have any stats.
I'm looking at stats right now.
No, it
Right,
means like a bonus to
Like it doesn't have
skill.
skill bonuses. It doesn't have any skill bonuses.
Yeah, acrobatics.
Oh yeah, no.
Mm.
These ones
Well,
don't.
but that doesn't make sense because the other
The
three
nimble
do.
does acrobatics.
And
Oh.
so does the flying one, and so does the swimming one.
Yeah,
Can
the
you
flying
scroll
one
up
also
a
has
little bit and just let me
flying.
see what like their general stats look like compared to this? Okay, I'm looking at Earthly.
I mean, Nimble also has +4 to hit.
Yeah, I feel like they're all roughly the same. It feels like it might have been an oversight on the person that made the.
I mean,
Tattoos.
like, this has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell.
Yeah,
This
but
one has pack tactics.
right, that's the nimble one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it does have different. Looks like it has different abilities. And that might be
Yeah.
the
Right, but-
difference.
they all have They all have 4 abilities, but the earth one doesn't have skills, which is confusing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
It's got magic resistance.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
all do.
Yeah.
No,
No, it does.
oh no, it does have it. So it's okay. Inky form.
Ocean
limited
doesn't have it.
telepathy,
Ocean doesn't have
Oh,
magic.
Ocean doesn't have
Keen
magic resistance.
smell.
All right,
yeah, that's
probably
different one.
the nimble inkling.
You also don't
Um,
have to make a decision right now, do you? You can just.
Yeah.
Text them tomorrow after you put all 4 of them up on your screen and
Yeah.
literally just look across
Yeah.
all of them, see what's
Yeah.
different.
I think the Nibble one matches, but maybe make it not look like a fucking monkey. It'd
Oh, it's
probably
definitely
be-
Double
it's gonna look like a monkey going like doing a goatsy.
Yeah,
pulling
right.
pulling your
Monkey
belly
doing a
button
goat.
open.
God. Well, yeah, but it can. Okay, I'm gonna regret saying this, but it specifically says that the Inklings are sentient and animated tattoos, so
Oh,
they
that's
move
pretty
around.
Nice.
Nice.
That's fucking cool.
So what
Yeah.
you're telling me is it's Maui's tattoos.
Yeah, essentially, it's the Maui tattoos.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm trying to think of what I'd have it look like instead of a monkey that would have a climb speed.
A sloth.
I don't. It doesn't matter. I'll think of something, but I don't think I'd want it to be a monkey.
Mongoose.
Okay.
I'm,
Sounds good. You know, let me know
What?
tomorrow.
I mean, I kind of want the grasp of the dead.
You want the chain tattoo so they can't drag you away.
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
You still constrict you, but
No, I'm good for now. Thank you.
I did tease him with that. Me too.
I considered it, but I don't get dragged away a lot anymore. Galen thought I was getting mad about it. I was not.
It's like the sweater on a chilly day. It's better to have and not need than need and not have.
yeah,
Right.
there's one that there's like a shoot one that prevents like falling damage, and then
One of like the
Yeah.
sillier looking
Anyway.
ones.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm looking at the nimble inkling.
All right. Hey, so let me know tomorrow then for
Okay.
the end of the day.
sure.
Teron, you're passing for right now.
I think so, yeah.
You change your mind, let me know by the end of the day
Cool.
tomorrow so that he can work on your tattoos then.
Yeah, man.
All right. So you guys have put in your orders for tattoos. It'll take 1 to 2 days to get your tattoos created. What else do you guys want to do today?
I want to go investigate the caravan.
go talk to
Okay.
the merchants, and then go talk to.
Oh yeah,
my
we need to meet
contact.
his contact. We should do that first.
We could do it on the way. His
Who's contact?
do anything today?
Monty's contact,
Okay.
just
I think Alice and I are just along for the ride.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
right in that area.
I think other than the
General
caravan, I think I'm
goonery.
good. I'm good. I'm feeling meh, so I think it's a laid back day for Quixotic.
Sounds good. All right. So Monty, you go to and you knock on the door. You guys head out of town. It is a bitterly cold day outside today. As you head out the door, it seems as if Ariel has taken some sort of vengeance on the town today. You walk outside and it is bitterly cold. The wind is blowing very hard today, making it hard to kind of see the way across the street and whatnot. But the snow isn't falling from the sky, but rather blowing across the windswept lake and plains beyond East Haven. You huddle in close along the walls of the town, making your way towards the area in which you called home for a few years ago. Making your way towards the doorstep of Murter Libelik. And you knock on the door, or I guess you come to the door, and what do you do next?
Actually, first, I'm not gonna go to his house. I'm gonna go to the pub down to the corner and see if he's sitting at the pub. That's where he always hung out at.
Okay.
So I'll walk into the pub, and it's like a upper scale kind of like, you know, scholarly type of. There's more books and stuff in there than you'd expect in a pub and all that. But do I see him sitting there? Or...
You walk in and you recognize the bartender behind the bar, and he goes, "Monty, is that you, my friend?"
Oh, Balto, how you been? It's been too long.
It's been
It's so
far too
cold up here.
long.
Has.
It's extremely cold. What brings you back to East Haven?
I'm here to kick your ass in chess again, like always.
Well, have a seat. And I guess, is everybody else following you? Has they followed you in?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm following.
He says you seem to have brought a gaggle of friends with you.
Hey,
Do you care to introduce?
Hey, you know me. I'm always chasing down some hidden mystery, this, that, and the other thing, and I found a few folks that are like-minded in one way or another to chase down. But yeah, this is the group. I introduce everybody to him and say, this is Baltor. He's spent many a nights poring over. He's helped me find hidden books and things like that. He's listened to me agonize over this, that, and the other thing. So he's a good guy. Him and Murtor, we've had a lot of good discussions, deep philosophical thinking. Speaking of Murtor, have you seen him? Is he around?
Murthor? He was in here a few days ago, but he hasn't come in yet today.
Oh, he pretty much lived here last time I knew it. So he's doing well though?
As well as he can. He's lost in a lot of his Ring of Winter studies.
Yeah, and that's part of what brings you back here. He sent me a note a little while ago, about having some information. I wanted to speak to him directly. We've come up here, investigating Ariel's plight on the area, and what sort of ties it might have with the Ring of Winter, and I know that there's other powers and plays that be here. We ran into Dwargar. We've heard of other talk of frost giants and other things, so what have you heard? Have you heard anything?
He keeps rambling on about how the ring, the power that the ring contains, and he seems to be lost in the sauce.
It can do it for you, especially if you've been chasing something for as long as he has. So maybe I'll stop by his house and see if he's there. Is he still at the same spot? A couple houses down?
Yeah, he's just around the corner, the third house in. Still up on the second floor. Last I heard. So.
All right. All right. Well, I'll be around here. Maybe I'll stop back in for that game of chess. Where I don't want to, whoop you in a game in front of all the people here. So that might not be a nice way of introducing you to them. But we'll stop by for a pint later, and we can continue our discussion.
He says, "Fool me once, but Balto never gets fooled twice."
Ah, Balto, you say that, but I know when you get some of that dwarvish ale in you.
That dwarvish ale. It hits like a Mack truck.
Especially when you spike it like you do.
What's a truck?
What is a truck? That's the she lives in 4B, and oof, she will hit you like a yeah. All right, we'll leave and go talk to Murtor.
Okay.
Or go into and see if he's to his place and see if he's there. So I'll knock on his door.
Okay. You knock on the door, and at first you don't get a response.
I knock again.
Okay. And you're knocking a little bit harder this time?
Little harder, yeah.
You start knocking a little bit harder, and Murthor has been known to be a little bit difficult to rouse, and you start banging on the door and
shouting, "Murthor, come!"
And eventually, as the the banging continues, and finally you see a little bit of movement behind one of the panes in the glass in the door, and eventually you hear the door opened, and you see this person kind of standing behind the door, and he goes, like, eyes closed, basically like sleepwalking. What do you want?
Murtor, what? You look like you haven't had coffee in forever.
Kind of
It's
opens
your friend.
up one,
It's Montana.
and he opens up one eye, and the other, and he goes, Monty? It's been ages. That
It
can't
has.
be you.
What's happened to this world around here? This is crazy.
Says this
What's Ariel doing?
has been hell. It's this cold. It seeps into your bones and just won't leave. Come in. Let's. I'm not gonna keep you out in the cold for this.
Yeah, these are my friends.
Sure.
They've come up here, for related reasons, right? I'll wait till we get in and be like, we're here investigating Ariel, and the Ring of Winter is certainly an interest, and I'm back on the trail, Murtor, and you sent me that letter. It was helpful. And I know you mentioned it's in Chult, but we wanted to come up here to do some investigation, see what you've learned, and see what the 10 towns has and what's going on first. And some of my my friends here, my travel companions, also have interests in the area too. So what have you found out? What have you learned? I was accosted a while back by some wild-eyed folks. Have you seen them again? Has any trouble popped up around the ring? I mean, you look exhausted, but you look like Murtor.
Says it's good to see you, my friend. It's been far too long. I have continued the search for the ring as well, and it's been the clues have been far and few between. Though it's funny you should arrive today. It seems it was. He kind of thinks back. It's only a few days ago that I came across a book that described some sort of magical book dedicated toward Ariel that mentioned the Ring of Winter in it. And he says he's pondering for the word in his head, and he goes the book, and he kind of goes to a stack of papers and he's flipping through it. The Codicil of the White. The Codicil of White.
Is it Codicil?
Sure.
I may have only ever heard that word spoken once.
But my friend here he's really old. He's seen quite a few things.
I'm outside.
Oh, you're outside. You
Yep.
didn't come in?
Nope.
Did everybody else come in?
Yeah.
I for sure would have. It's fucking cold out.
It is fucking cold out.
There's a very funny reason why. There's a very funny reason that I stayed outside. I didn't know that this was in here, but it's silly to me that I did.
All right. So the Codicil of White. So have you found the book yet? Do you have it, or have you just heard of it?
I do not have it. Supposedly it is in possession, in Ariel's possession. Is what I've been able to ascertain about it.
What do you think that the book does?
The description that I was able to find was brief, but it mentioned I mentioned a spell in there that would reveal great power. I can only imagine that the great power that it is referencing is the Ring of Winter.
So what? So you've just discovered this. Have you had any leads on Ariel's, whereabouts, or where she might be storing the book?
Beyond,
person?
I have not. It's she supposedly leaves her abode every night to cast her spell over this godforsaken snowbound land. But
Kind of like a demonic, ever-present Santa Claus. Like,
Ooh, does he drive a truck?
we visited him. Well, okay, a dude who makes toys that are tobacco themed. In that
It's that fucking owl.
was
every
it
night.
happy-go-lucky or yeah. Anyways, yeah, she hits like a truck. Yeah. So we have a capable group here, and we are searching for Ariel. So, any information that you have while we're up here, you can send it to Bryn Shandir. I think we're going to be kind of making a bit of a camp in Bryn Shandir. If you want to send it to, what was the name of that inn? Bryn Shandir.
The big inn.
The big inn.
The big inn. In the North Look. Or the
Okay.
inn of
Did
Shramex. Or
we
the
go
Frothy
to
Mug.
the guild hall, or did we go to a tavern?
There was one tavern that you had a bunch of stuff sent to, and it was
The North Look.
Northlook. Yeah, that sounds right.
The North Look, or yeah, because we haven't really introduced ourselves to the guild yet, have we?
Nope.
Nope.
But like, you can, if you want to send anything to either, to the North Look in Bryn Shandir, we're going to be continuing to explore. We've gotten several leads. We've ran into quite a bit of Dwargar. Have you heard of anything about the Dwargar in the area? Are they related? They seem to be really active, which is somewhat in their nature.
he says the Dwargar are known to take advantage of situations, and I can only imagine that this darkness, this cold, it keeps people inside, and would only allow them greater sense of security to move around in the at all hours of the day. It does not surprise me that you speak of increased Dwargar presence in the area.
Have you heard of any mention of an elf tomb near Lonelywood? We actually stumbled across it, and it appears to be related to the moon magic. Have you come across anything in your studies in this area of the elves and moon phases and magic stuff? Sorry if I'm coming out of left field with that one.
No, that's good. He says the tomb. It's been a long while since I've read anything up on that. You're talking about up in Lonelywood, correct?
Lonelywood.
Okay. What were you? I mean, it's the moon magic of the moon elves is not well understood. But what was there something that you were looking for specifically?
Yeah, we think it's related to the phases of the moon. But we ran into several doors in there without hinges.
Are you raiding tombs now?
Not raiding. Well, I mean, I'm not.
Are you a tomb raider?
It might belong in a museum.
It belongs in museums. I'm recovering lost artifacts that have been, misplaced from the world of the living. And generally, where there are old artifacts, there tend to be old bodies as well. I don't go a habit of defiling crypts or things like that, but a lot of times, these, older races will put up lots of monuments and store away and hoard things, of great knowledge and value to society. And recover them and bring them back for educational purposes. Of course, I'm not, profiteering from these things.
Says, I have not been to the tomb that you speak of. I have heard rumors of it existing.
It's a tool.
But most people who try and make their way out towards the elven tomb that you speak of I can't quite find it on the map, and are often waylaid by some sort of other magic that seems to make the tomb harder to find.
Yeah, we ran into that too.
Mm-hmm.
All
right,
you're asking about finding Ariel. What do you know about her? Where do you have any leads to go off of that you want to share?
Maybe if you want to bring up the dragon, Monty.
No, wasn't she?
She's
I
out in
look
the
at
sea of
Monty.
moving ice.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
So we have heard that that she has an island out in the sea of moving ice. We ran into and this might be interesting, and I don't know if this will spur anything for you, but an albino tiefling. Does that ring any bells?
An albino tiefling.
Carradine of all.
It was there was some business with some demonic Levistus. Was that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
Karnak.
Levistus. Karnak, yep, worshipping Levistus, and then there was an albino tiefling who didn't seem directly aligned, but was
Complicit.
operating in.
He
She also-
ponders.
She also seemed to have a very unusual staff.
She says, I don't know of the tiefling you speak of, but you mentioned the Sea of Moving Ice.
Mhm.
Have you gone out to explore that at all?
We haven't yet. We've been. There's been quite a bit of activity going on in the area that has maybe, you know me. I get, I see something, I chase it down, and I get distracted from quite often on these little adventures that I go on. So sometimes it's hard for me to stick to one topic for too long. But yeah, that's
He says
where
there's
we're headed.
out in the Sea of Moving Ice. You've heard about the strange whale out there, right?
Strange whale.
Who has a boat on his back and swims in those frigid waters.
Oh my God! Please tell me that's Bob's boat, or not Bob. Sean's boat.
Oh my
uh,
god.
It's-
Interesting. I've heard of probably I've heard of rumors last time I was here, but yeah.
Says if you're looking to catch the whale, you can catch it at Anjuk's bell, which is an old anchorage. But you must ring the bell hanging by the pier to call it.
And Jukes.
Anjuk. And Anjuk will
Juk Point.
be able to help. Might be able to help you locate the island if that's what you're looking for.
Oh, the whale's named Anjuk.
Yes.
Where do we catch the whale? Did he mention a location where the whale hangs out or is seen more often?
If you have a map, I can point you towards the pier.
I'll pull out the one that's got
Dude,
all the markings on it.
We
now.
got a map with a lot of markings on it.
And I will mark the map, make a mark on there for you guys.
You want to ask this person who knows a bunch of shit about shit if he's seen a boat anywhere?
We saw it on the back of a whale.
Well, I mean, like a frozen boat in the Sea of Moving Ice.
Like
Um,
Sean's boat.
Yeah.
Sounds about-
Yeah. Just because he's not here, you'd think
Yeah.
maybe you'd ask.
yeah. So
Yeah, have you- There was a shipwreck a while back, and a ship was lost in the sea of moving ice and frozen.
What?
Do you know anything potentially about that?
He says, I don't. I heard it was kind of up by where the pier is for Anajuk's bell. But if you and kind of at this point, Nicola chimes in and he goes, if we head up towards this area, I can probably help get us there. So Anajuk's bell is here, or the pier where he says that he thinks the bell is here, and kind of both he and Nicola kind of indicate that this is probably the area where the Dark Duchess is.
Is that the name of the ship?
Yeah,
Yes,
I've
it is.
heard that before.
Oh, cool. It's a cool name.
And then as you guys are looking at the map, you guys figure that probably up north of here is where the Revel's End is.
Ah, yep.
So
Huh.
just the map kind of gets filled in a little bit more.
Lots of things to do now.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, Murter, thank you very much for this information. I would assume we would, I don't know, probably niceties for a little bit, maybe a cup of tea, not too long, but not too short to be rude, that sort of thing. I'll let him know I'm back. I'll let him know I ran into Baltor and we got to do a game of chess and some of his infamous Dwarvish ale. Yeah. Maybe has he heard anything about the murders following the offerings to Ariel in East Haven, Bryn Shandir, and Targos?
Says, of course I've heard of them. It's a shame that people just can't seem to make the sacrifice like everyone else.
What do you think's going on there? Do you think it's somebody trying to get retribution for someone gaming the system, or?
He says that's likely exactly what it is. We all agreed to make sacrifices, and we can't have people paying to have their name taken out of the drawings. That's not a fair thing to ask of anyone.
Do you know who might be behind it? Is there someone who's more inclined to see the justice, balanced out?
He says, I have not gone searching for such a person. Such a person would be a dangerous person, but one that is willing to stand up for what is right in our worship towards Ariel.
You're starting to sound like some of those young university progressive types. It's good to see some fire in you, Murtor. It's good to see some fire in you. So let's
Turan
not
is
talk.
outside, right?
Yeah, he's outside.
So he laughs, he chuckles, and he says, "It's good to see you, old friend."
Hello.
Good to see you too. All right. Anybody think of anything else?
Does he have information about the caravan?
So I guess as we're probably getting ready to leave and finish our tea, I'd be like, Murta, we're thinking of stopping over at that caravan, that's just outside of town. Have you browsed them? Is there any good books there? Is there anything to know about them? Do they, they seem good folk? Or are they gonna break me
Torga?
over the coals? Torga,
She,
yeah.
Torga, she keeps interesting company, but they occasionally she'll have good deals on small little trinkets and wood and other things that you may need to keep warm, or as best as you can try and keep warm here in 10 towns.
Good. Excellent. Well, thanks again, Murta. It's really good to see you. It has been far too long. I'll be in the area, so I will check in from time to time before we leave. And I know, your information, about the ring has been incredibly helpful. I know that there's a lot of powers at play here, so I wouldn't try to stir up too much. I will try to be discreet and share what I can with you as well, and let you know if we do depart to head down south.
Well, I appreciate that.
The tower outside of town to the east. Would he know anything about that?
Oh, the
What?
buried tower.
Yeah, he likes old things, right? Is that something you would be aware of?
I will go ahead and ask him.
I ask you to ask him. He's not a friend of mine. He's a friend of yours. And quite frankly, the person who was previously looking for that was literally burned at the stake.
Yeah, I know.
So I ask you to ask
I
him.
know. To Murtor, we actually came into town during the burning of the wizard. Dude, what was your understanding about him? He strikes me as, something that I might be very concerned about myself, although I've brought my own help in my adventures in uncovering artifacts. But why do you think he was, what would you think he was after in that tower, and why he would have maybe gone to such lengths to cover it up?
He looks at you and he looks visibly confused, and he goes, "Wizard burning tower? I'm not sure what you're talking about."
The wizard was burned in the square yesterday.
Yesterday? I didn't come out. I was my nose was in the books all day yesterday.
It was justice. Have you heard of the burnings?
Burning.
I mean the retribution ones, the justice ones, not the offerings.
I mean, like it has been a long while since we've burned anybody, but
Well, apparently he had hired a group of adventurers to seek a buried tower to the northeast of here, over on the other side of Loch Denishir. And I guess the rumor is that he murdered the group of adventurers in order to keep the location secure. And so that's why the town had decided to dispense their version of justice on him.
says that's a shame. Wizards can, well, power hungry, yes. The knowledge they contain it's a shame to have lost such a thing.
Yeah, it is such an amount of knowledge. Rare.
Oh.
Look at Quicks.
I wonder if his book is still around.
Probably has a book somewhere.
I mean,
So
we're already here. Just saying, we could go look tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, today is a relaxation day for this guy.
so
You didn't know him. You didn't know of any of that wizard potentially, did you, or heard of him, his efforts to uncover that tower?
I have not heard of such a wizard or such a tower. Though you have me intrigued, and let me see if there's anything I can find on it.
All right, appreciate it. Likewise, I'll share what I can with you too. All right, well, I think we've taken up enough of your time. I'm sure you were busy in some research. I'll call again. Thank you very much, old friend.
Thank you. Don't make it. Don't wait 2 years before you visit again.
I know. I was down in Neverwinter, and there was a well. I'll tell you all about it. It was quite an adventure.
I look forward to hearing about it.
Yeah, of course. So yeah.
With that, he shows you to the door, and you just head back outside. And I think that's what we're gonna call it tonight, guys.
Ooh, wow, it is midnight. Yay.
Yeah.
Hey, we got tattoos.
We
Yeah.
ordered tattoos. They're still being delivered by Amazon.
Yeah.
So,
Now I have a warlock staff.
all right.
I think, the familiar seems like it might make sense.
I was looking at them. They look pretty neat and useful.
I want an
Really
actual
useful.
familiar.
I
do.
don't ever intend to have spell slots. This is as close as I would get.
Cool.
All right.
Cool, guys. Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank you for the
for breaking up into the different groups and whatnot, and everybody kind of run the different areas and being patient with that. And hopefully everybody likes their tattoos. Hopefully, Colin, you enjoyed your little
Very good.
That was cool.
fight scene, and
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you. was good.
Fucking poofed into the wind.
Yeah, what a fuck you.
It was.
Well, I
And then
mean,
the
we still have to
cackle.
have that climactic battle over Uriel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he gets to die eventually.
So, all right, guys. Have a
Galen.
wonderful evening, and I will see you guys next week.
Yay!
Yeah.
Have a wonderful
night.
evening.
Bye.
Good night.